Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants. I'm just Mike. That's Bad Karma. That's Jet. That's big old Dev over there in the corner. Or we just call him Devin. Gentlemen, it's a Monday night. It's a freaking Monday night. It is a great Monday night. I had a great weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I had a wonderful weekend, and then it sucked. But I'll tell you all about it here real soon. How was y'all's weekend, and how are y'all doing?
Let's see. Recovering from having the power out.
No, yeah.
So
recovering from
still recovering from that. Huh?
What's good, Rebel? I don't know. Josh was rambling about something about having no power, and she's like, "Yeah, that's it." And then you said something.
Yeah, recovered Friday from having no power, and so just been doing that. So
you know what, dude?
I recovered.
You know what you remind me of, Josh? Josh, right there. You know what you reminded me of?
What?
Eeyore. Why don't you go take your little damn tail, take your little tail that you got stuffed with a little nail in it, and then stick it right up your ass.
Damn.
Heel Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Heel Mike is spoken. No. Heel Jet, take it away.
You know what? Piss off, man. Actually, shoot. I thought we were going to lose power here today. We had a transformer blew up about down the block away from me, but lucky enough, it's affecting Bumblebee.
Oh, okay. Dev, you're coming in shitty.
It's Jet's fault.
This is damn earbuds, ain't it? Yeah, damn it. Jordan, can you hear us? Jordan, can you hear us?
Devin sounds like a damn robot and or some kind of cricket, but
whatever. How was your?
We can't understand a word you're saying, bro.
All right, Jordan, how was your weekend, and how do you feel? Are you rehydrated?
Yeah, Josh talking about he's recovered from a hurricane. I'm recovered from passing out in the yard from the heat trying to weed eat.
That's heat exhaustion, brother. You could really got a heat stroke out there doing that stuff, dude, for real.
Oh yeah, I could have. My neighbor happened to find me. My old man, of course, he just took the weed eater, kept going, and left me. So wonderful life, you know. But anyway.
One life, bro. One life. You know what I'm saying? One life, bro.
Yeah.
The old man just took the weed eater and just kept going. And like, son, you're gonna wake up. What?
Jordan's down. Let's continue. He'll be alive, maybe.
And that's what happens. I guess that's what happens with people that were born not in the Great Depression. They're like, he'll live.
If not, oh well. But so we have a lot to talk about. I want to, before we get into the big stories of the night, I want to say something right now. Why am I echoing?
I don't know. Something's talking.
Yeah, I heard that too. It ain't doing it now. Okay. Anyway,
I'm still watching Raw right now, but other than that, Raw's still going on. So,
I ain't worried about Raw.
Turning off this tablet. This tablet was giving us trouble. I'm turning it.
Oh, okay. So I came to find out last week. A friend of the family. I've been knowing him ever since I was a kid, a baby. I would say 45 years of my life. I'm 45 years old. He has prostate cancer. We don't know how bad or what it is, but all we do know is it's a fast-acting cancer. I went by and saw him today. He's in great spirits. He's in great spirits, man. He won't know anything until September the 2nd. He called it Septober the 2nd. That's what he called it, Septober. But and I know a lot of us out there that have loved ones or friends and family that have all been cancer survivors or fighting through cancer. Hell, we got Rebel going through ALS right now. I mean, it's a thing, right?
Yeah.
No days off. No days off, right? No days off. Um,
So what took my old man?
so I would like to, not just dedicate tonight, but for the
What?
foreseeable future to anybody that's been a cancer survivor or a person that's been going through cancer or any of that. I salute you. I'm with you. Fuck cancer. It's a bitch. I know. So also fuck Parkinson's.
And
So,
while you're
yeah.
on it, I know we can't stop every kind of cancer, but ladies, go get the chest checked, get screened, do your mammograms, and dudes, get your asses checked. We can prevent this. We can stop a lot of people from dying. We've lost a lot of good people that were either too scared or didn't know what to do. We got ways to check this stuff now. If you're the age, if you're whatever, get checked, be safe, and don't croak.
Yeah, for real. And if you do croak, here recently I just found out the girl that played in Heroes and she died of a heart attack at 36 years old. Wow.
She OD.
Well, it said heart attack. I'm just repeating
I've
what
been
it said.
seeing OD everywhere. She was 36 years old.
Still sad, man. Whatever it was, still sad. Too young. Hell, we're over the age of 36, and it's still young. My little sister's 30 something. So.
Okay. He didn't leave me. He took the weed eater. He took the weed eater. Kept going around the house. When I came to, I said, "Where's my weed eater?" They were like, "He's still going around the corner." He didn't leave me. He didn't leave me out there. He was out there and left me on the ground.
Dude, he just said, your dad just said, your dad's a G, bro. Your dad said he'll either get up or won't. I'm moving along anyway.
Be like, so you gotta wake up. Here's a beer. I'm gonna finish alone.
I gotta finish the yard. Here's
No,
the
I
beer
didn't
for
even
you.
get that. I didn't even get that.
Dude, your dad's a G, bro. Your dad's a gangster. I love your dad. Your dad's awesome.
And sometimes,
But yeah, no, Dad, you're dude. I think me and Josh can both agree. Your dad's probably way cooler than you are.
bro, that dude is so left field and out. You hang with him for a week, you gonna be losing your mind.
No, man, I'm just messing with you, brother. No, in all seriousness though, man, like Jet said, get checked. Make sure you go to the doctor regularly just for a checkup. That's all you gotta do. Just go for a checkup. But moving on, a couple other things I want to talk about real quick. TNA has announced a new package on their TNA Plus.
TNA can suck this package.
Well, they have a VIP package now for $19.99, and you don't have to go and pay $30 ever again for another pay-per-view. You pay $20 a month, and you get all the pay-per-views you want. And you get the whole library from day one all the way up to now.
Yeah, just what I never wanted. Lovely. I bet Josh is lining up to never pay for that in his life.
Ooh.
What's up, Erica? What's up, Dave?
Yeah,
what's up, Rebel?
Hey, Erica.
Yeah. I am not looking forward to that. I'm like, why am I gonna watch a bunch of shitty matches?
Yeah. How about you
Dude,
miss
their
me with that
viewership
bullshit
is up.
package deal, TNA?
Dude, believe it or not, their viewership is up.
I've been
haven't
telling
been
y'all that for weeks. Their viewership is up because you got the WWE shills that are tuning over on television to watch them.
Well, I'm not one of them. I'm not watching it because I like sleep. I like sleep a lot. I prefer sleep. I like to sleep. That's what I do. I like to sleep. So that's what I do on Thursday nights. I'm like, oh look, TNA's on. Okay, cool. Whatever. 99 time. Or I turn on Coletco and I fall asleep. You know what? Jordan, me, you, and Josh really need to convince Chad to sponsor our channel here, dude. We really, really need to do that.
What are we going to get out of the sponsorship?
I don't know. We turn more people on to Coletco.
You know what he's gonna do.
We'll get the light. We get the light to put in the background.
That's exactly what Chad's gonna send you, the Coleco light, and say, hang that up and show it on the show. That's exactly what Chad would do. But if you want, I could talk to him about it.
Yeah, why not? I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be kind of funny to be.
I want a Liquid Death sponsorship so we can have Liquid Death.
I would love Liquid Death.
I want that shipped to my door, gosh darn it. You can ding dang 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 dong dong. You done too right, ding dang dong dong. West Virginia, bam, bam, bam. That's right.
Wait, what, Anthony? Guys, there's people who grew up at the height of the Attitude, so watching Wing at the Thailand. Are there gaming matches that you guys think got overhyped by fans during that period? Bro,
I don't know.
I have zero clue what you're talking about, brother. I would love to know what you're talking about. I would say, yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm going to say, hell no.
And you gotta watch Thailand because them lady boys, that's considered a whole race out there, and there's a lot of them. The band Mothership wrote a song about them dudes. It's called Shanghai Surprise, when you find out that girl got a wang and she got a whole kit down there. Because it's not a girl at all.
Man, I don't want to, dude. That's something I've never wanted to do, is reach up under a chick's dress and go, wow, you're packing more meat than I am. That is something I never wanted to do.
Mark Henry
sometimes you got to check that. You got to Crocodile Dundee that thing.
Boop. Oh man, Ruthless Aggression was terrible.
Erica is repping some brand I cannot pronounce about fizzy water.
Seltzer Aid, best fizzy water in the world. I'm not a big fan of seltzer water or any type of sparkling water. I'm gonna throw that out there right now. I don't like the way I don't want my mouth to taste like static from a television. Just not a fan.
All right.
Not a fan.
Anthony, now I know what Anthony said. At the height of the Attitude Era, are there gimmicks or matches that we feel get overhyped by the fans way too much? Yes. The entire in-ring product of Raw in the Attitude Era was garbage.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
The in-ring action was absolute dog shit in wrestling. It was all about story and shock factor. The in-ring product was absolute poop.
5 moves.
And the Attitude Era?
Yeah. All it was punch and stomp and next segment. And punch and stomp and jump and next segment. Yeah, that's why Jim Ross said slobber knocker and oh my God and all the bullshit, because there was nothing to call. There were no suplexes. There was nothing going on in the ring on a Raw.
And don't forget puppies. Don't forget puppies.
Yeah, and puppies and all of that. Yeah. There was Russo and them had so much shit going on. If somebody wasn't drunk jumping off the suicide, or Beaver Cleavage trying to get it on with his mom, or somebody being lit on fire, or Kane shocking Shane's balls with a car battery. I mean, it was Austin punching and kicking, or The Rock taking a stunner. Or
The Rock giving The Rock blood.
Yeah, there was no wrestling. The wrestling was on WCW and the Luchas and the Cruiserweight division.
Speaking of Cruiserweight division, who do you think is the best Cruiserweight that never won the title?
That was a question that came up in the group today. And for some idiot reason, everybody was yelling La Parka. I said that dude was not a cruiserweight. He was a lucha libre wrestler, not a cruiserweight.
And he won the title.
He never won the WCW cruiserweight.
Did he?
He never did?
La Parka never held that title.
No.
La Parka was not a cruiserweight.
No, he never. No, yeah.
Yeah, he was called the heavyweight.
Let's see, who won it?
He was called the heavyweight of the Mexican division by Tony Schiavone and many others. No,
I think. Shoot, if memory serves me right, every cruiserweight that they had in that division won that title.
No,
not everyone.
No. Did Psychosis? Did Psychosis ever win it one time? I don't know.
Yeah,
tail end. Because him and Chavo only wanted it like the I'd have to think about that. A cruiserweight.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think it's like a.
A lot of people said Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, it's like it is.
Yep. April 1999, Psychosis defeated Blitzkrieg, Juventud Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio Jr. in a four-way match to claim the title.
Blitzkrieg's the name that came up the most in that question for the WCW chat. Everybody was like, Blitzkrieg. That dude was amazing. That dude quit not long after that. He quit wrestling completely. He was doing innovative moves that you don't even see in AEW today, that dude.
Well, AJ was in WCW.
He never won it either.
So technically, he didn't win it.
Oh, we damn there.
Yeah.
The last week. Well, hey, that counts.
But he was a junior tag champion. He was like I think the company folded and they folded the junior tag belts, never brought that over to WWE.
No. What about El Dandy? Did El Dandy ever win it?
Hell no.
And
I can't even,
no.
El Dandy was kind of thick, bro. I don't know if he qualified for cruiserweight.
Well, he was always in the cruiserweight title matches against Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio and all those guys.
Bret Hart told everybody, Grace says, you don't know, it could be El Dandy. He's a jam-up guy.
El Dandy, man. El Dandy should have been the champion. I'm telling you, dude. El Dandy's awesome.
Didn't Mikey Whipwreck spell?
No.
Because I thought he joined Sandman there.
No. You mean Hack?
Mikey Whipwreck came over. I must have a delay.
No, you're good.
Every time I talk, it's like y'all are not here. It's not kicking in, and it's like I'm riding over y'all. But I'm on my new laptop, so we're still fucking with shit, people. Leave us alone. But yes,
Blitzkrieg was all right. Blitzkrieg was probably the most. I don't know, man. El Dandy. I want to say El Dandy. He was like the Red Rooster of the cruiserweight division.
But he wasn't. But that man wasn't a cruiserweight.
But he was in every cruiserweight match.
He was in Lucha
Well,
Libre.
how much he had to be in? How much he had to weigh to be in a cruiserweight?
Hold on. I'm fixing to do
Jericho.
this.
Jericho had a big old carry-on about it. It was 235, I believe, or 240, one or the other. Because Jericho was all fighting.
Yeah, because he was 234 and a half.
Yeah,
I remember that. They weighed at 234 and a half pounds.
All right. El Dandy was not a cruiserweight in the traditional sense, but he did wrestle in cruiserweight style matches during his career, especially in the United States. In Mexico, El Dandy competed in multiple weight classes, including middleweight and welterweight, and held titles such as the CMLL World Middleweight Championship and the NWA World Welterweight Championship. These divisions were generally considered cruiserweight or light heavyweight in U.S. wrestling terms. When El Dandy moved to WCW in the U.S., he was booked in cruiserweight-style matches. For example, in 1998, he participated in a cruiserweight battle royal at Slamboree 98, where Chris Jericho mocked him as the winner of the Lou Ferrigno lookalike contest. This indicates that WCW was using him as a cruiserweight for that event. While he is billed at about 200 pounds and 5'7", fit the cruiserweight range. His primary success in his title history were in middleweight and welterweight divisions in Mexico. In WCW, he was often placed in cruiserweight matches or battle royals, but not as a long-term cruiserweight champion. So he did win the cruiserweight.
Let me answer. Wait, who?
El Dandy.
No, he was never the cruiserweight champion.
I'm doing it right now.
Not in WCW.
Dude, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
DJS was asking who's the Mount Rushmore of cruiserweights.
I just filled this out on the WCW page, And when we say cruiserweight, I don't mean that they're that you could, yes, you have to be that weight. Who was a high flyer, not just in the cruiserweight division. So no, I did not put no Eddie Guerrero, no Chris Benoit, because all those guys could fight heavyweight style, but were cruiserweights. My Mount Rushmore of cruiserweights is very easy. Tiger Mask, the original, Dynamite Kid, Jushin Thunder Liger, Rey Mysterio. 3 of them invented it, 1 perfected it.
Okay, got a question for you. What about Silver King?
As a great?
Yeah.
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay.
No,
what about
I would.
Go ahead.
I would have to put Billy Kidman in that list. Billy Kidman was freaking
Ugh.
awesome.
He was almost as bad as Prince Iaukea, who was notoriously horrible and botched and all kind of shit. And they realized they brought him up too soon. There was a big old YouTube video on that.
What about Liz Mark
Mhm.
Jr.?
Liz Mark Jr. was out of everyone y'all have suggested so far. Liz Mark Jr. is the better wrestler with Silver King.
Yeah. What about Super Kylo?
Super Callow was mentioned by a couple people. He actually was a rapper and had like a little bit of a career. If they'd have been in Mexico, they could have pushed him.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Psychosis, Juventud.
Psychosis was good. Juventud was a botch fest, but Psychosis was actually good. But Psychosis didn't create or perfect high flying. The 3 guys I told you created high flying in the 80s before any of these guys were around. Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid had pretty much the original cruiserweight match. Go watch that shit. It's insane.
Now,
And then you had Jushin Thunder Liger breaking the mold, creating cruiserweight, like high-flying matches. And Rey Mysterio took all that and perfected it and became the most popular cruiserweight luchador, lucha libre fighter of all time.
Now,
Actually, another good. Now that I think about it, Tajiri was a good one. Good cruiserweight.
Mentioned, but Tajiri could fight heavyweights. He challenged Taz for the heavyweight championship. Like Jericho could fight heavyweight style. Perry Saturn could fight heavyweight style. Dean Malenko was the damn U.S. champ, could mat wrestle and fight heavyweight style. That's why I'm not putting those guys in there. Chris Benoit, even though it was technically a cruiserweight, no one ever looked at him like that because the dude could fight heavyweights.
Now,
Same thing goes for Eddie Guerrero.
All right, what about Blue Panther?
Can't hate on Blue Panther.
Can't
hate on Blue Panther.
Can't hate on Blue Panther. What about Super Crazy?
Can't hate on Super Crazy, but he didn't create. He came after Ray Jr. He didn't. Jushin Thunder Liger and Tiger Mask damn near created the fucking high flying shit.
They did.
I know Lucha Libre, but those 2 guys and then Dynamite Kid could do all the shit. We're talking mid-80s.
No, Super Crazy's in that same bracket right there. He's in that same age bracket as Ray, so you can't say that Ray is over him. But
what about Damien 666? Damien 666.
Take Ray, take Psychosis, and take Super Crazy. Who's the most influential and the one that changed the game and was on TV and more popular before all of them? Ray.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
A young 19-year-old Ray at that.
Mm-hmm. Now, here we are talking about all these Lucha Libre, not just Lucha Libre, but, cruiserweight guys. Now, my Mount Rushmore is a little different. I'm going to put Rey Mysterio on there, of course, because Rey Mysterio is Rey Mysterio. Even though he could challenge for a heavyweight title, and he did win it. But it's Rey fucking Mysterio. I mean, the man is. I mean, you can't mention cruiserweight without mentioning Rey Mysterio. I mean, that's just impossible to do. Now, he's one. The other 3, one of them is going to be AJ Styles. AJ Styles, before he challenged for a heavyweight title, he was the X Division title, which was known as No Limits, basically a cruiserweight title.
He was mentioned by a lot of fans in his lightweight run.
Yes, and dude,
can't take that away from him.
Can't take that away from him. And I mean, there's 2 of them right there, and the other 2, it's really easy, man. If you think about it long and hard, because of the careers they had. Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
better not say Sharp Boy.
No, fuck no. Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Jericho, for the longest time, for half of his career was a cruiserweight. True story. The last half of his career, he's been a heavyweight. First half of his career, nothing but cruiserweight. Tell me I'm wrong.
234.5 pounds.
Yep. I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't find he was a top 10 cruiserweight for high flying. He had a couple moves off the top, and that was it.
Well, I never considered him a high flyer. No, I would never consider him a high flyer, but he was very pinnacle in the cruiserweight division. He showed you how to mat wrestle. He showed you how to be technical, and he also showed you he could be a character and do high flying moves in the same process of showing off his character. And that's why I say he's one of them. The other one, the last cruiserweight in my actual Mount Rushmore. I think there's only 3 of them, ain't it?
Where's 3 what? You got 4 on Mount Rushmore.
Okay, the 4th. Well, that's
wow, you didn't know that? Wow.
Well, the 4th one's very easy, man. 4th one's very easy. I mean, you talk.
Dean Malenko.
No, hell no.
Everything you just praised Chris Jericho for. Everything you just praised him for.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
but there's one better.
Rebel Media is bringing up. Rebel Media is bringing up something that's like about RVD, about being a high flyer. Yes, he was a high flyer, but he was not a cruiserweight.
No, but you know who was? The new fucking show. Jerry fucking Lynn.
He was light enough to be cruiserweight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would actually agree.
He fought like a heavyweight.
Yes, he did.
How about that match he had? That match he had to open. It was either Living Dangerously 99 or Guilty as Charged 2000. But that match he had with Lance Storm to open the show was a banger.
Dude, anything with Jerry Lynn was great, man. Jerry Lynn never put on a shitty match ever. Not in Ring of Honor. Not in WWF/E, not in ECW, not in TNA. I mean,
how about that squash match in WCW when he was Mr. JL?
That was that right there was Eric Bischoff saying "fuck you" to ECW.
Well, you got to remember this is before he went to ECW. This is when he had the mask on and he was just JL. This is before they picked him up.
Yeah, I mean, but. Do you really count that?
Do we count Sabu crashing through tables in the beginning of Nitro?
No, because that was funny. No, but it was funny.
It's actually why they fired him. They let him. They hyped him up on the very first Nitro in the Mall of America that he was coming the next week.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he lasted a month and they let him go because they were like, bro, he don't follow a match. He just crashes through shit. And he's gonna hurt somebody. We gotta let him go. He's a risk.
Yeah. I do care less, honestly, about that. But most of the guys that were in ECW left to go to WCW for a bigger paycheck, and whenever they did, it never amounted to anything. It really didn't.
Jericho improved.
Well, Jericho improved when he went to WWF.
No. You got to be fair. Jericho got J.J. Dillon, was in front of the Washington Monument, carrying on about conspiracy theory. Jericho had some angles that, if it wouldn't have been for that, WWF would have never, not even a cup of coffee. He left ECW to get a paycheck, to get better in WCW, to get noticed, to get that call for Vince McMahon to call him in his office. You got to give it that. You have to.
I mean, dude, the person that reinvented himself over 20 times in the past 20 years is Chris Jericho. And everything he ever touched has been over. Name one thing that didn't get over.
I don't know about the learning tree and one of his WWF angles. They didn't exactly fire on all cylinders.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
But hey, I'll still give him credit. Like you said, he's reinvented himself a million times. They can't all be winners, bro. They can't all be 5 stars. But still, I don't think Jericho's gonna get the appreciation he deserves until he hangs it up officially. Then everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Jericho's a top 10." Until then, everybody's gonna be like, "Nah." Once he's gone, and Josh is gonna know what I'm saying here. It's just like when Guitar Heroes pass away young. All of a sudden, everybody wants to suck that cock, like Dimebag Darrell. Imagine how much, or Randy, even Randy Rhodes.
Yeah.
Imagine if these guys lasted another 10, 15 years, didn't pass, it'd be even more. And even, I mean, people like to hate on Zach Wild. Watch when Zach Wild goes, everybody's going to cry.
Yeah.
Watch.
Can we talk about Flying Brian?
That's true.
Flying Brian Pillman.
There you go. There's a cruiserweight right there.
He was, but I can't put him on there because he copied Juice had done the very first match on the very first Nitro was him versus Juice done the Liger. Yeah. They gave him the win and they shook hands, but Brian's another copy of I could do a couple high flying spots, but I'm still copying what the guys before me created. That's why I gave credit on my list to who I did. Guys like Tiger Mask and Juice done the Liger created the high flying style from two dudes that were not in Mexico. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Not taking anything away from anybody.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm like I said, man, we're supposed to be talking about other things as well, like Raw and anything that happened on Collision and whatever thing.
Actually, what we need after you do Collision, we need to talk about New Japan.
Well, this
G1 is over.
This is what I want to do.
A lot happened.
This is what I think we should do instead of highlighting Raw.
Fuck what you want to do.
No, that ain't what I want to do. This is, I mean, seriously, think about it. Let's think about it. Instead of highlighting what happened on Raw and Collision and all that, let's talk about the shit that really fucking matters to us. Did Raw really matter? Okay. Did Raw really matter to us tonight? Seriously, did it?
Wait one second. Josh. Who?
Nah, not really. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
Couple story arcs going on, but nothing much.
See, I really think the cruiserweight division we're talking about actually carries more water and weight than the fucking shit that happens on Raw.
Well, look at the chat. That's all you got to do. Look at the chat. Everybody's loading up questions. They're enjoying the conversation. I say we cater to the people. Yeah. We'll cover the important stuff off the shows, but yeah, people like good topics and conversation. And you know what? We're gonna give it to you. You know why?
Because that's what we fucking do.
Because we the shit.
We're the shit. Yeah, and Rebel, if it's okay with you, Saturday or Sunday, whenever you're available, I would like to actually join your panel with you and your co-host. If it's okay with you. Me personally. I don't know if anybody else wants to, but I know I do.
If I got nothing going on, I might join in the chat. I just need just send me send me a link.
Rebel Media 707. That's the channel. Subscribe to it.
Instead of dick bombing and we're not having a versus online, I'll let the guys go first, and maybe another week when they're not on, I'll come visit your podcast. But maybe one day when we have a versus, we can all team up. Team versus team, maybe one day. Another podcast talked to us about that. They wanted to kind of have a versus battle one night. Maybe one day we could do that.
And I want to.
If both of them put their cocks out on your platform, I'll wait until they put their cocks out, and then I'll go another night.
Well, I mean, if it's available, that's why I said if it's available. I'm just throwing my name out there. I would love to attend. But I'm trying to get a title made for not just Ringside Rants, but do like what we do around here. We do the prediction picks. Speaking of which, there's a big show happening this Sunday or Saturday rather, in Josh's backyard. And he could care less about
if it's in Josh's backyard. You know what that means? Beer and food on Josh.
World's Collide is not happening yet, is it?
No. All I'm gonna say is,
it's TNA, right?
Yeah. Every match is in a steel cage.
You've been carrying on about the pay-per-view for months, Mike.
Huh?
I totally forgot about that actually.
I'm pretty sure there's tickets available. I'm almost 100% sure there's a ticket available.
Hold on, let me go to the Google machine.
Anthony, to answer your question, I was trying to read it, Anthony, but I think it's 50-50. You said you grew up on the very tail end of Attitude and Ruthless Aggression. WCW, the cruiserweights could grapple and could pull like Eddie style moves, And every now and again, you'd get some high flying, but it was a 50-50, bro. You could mat wrestle and you could pick up the pace. I'm not going to, and that's on the WCW side. WWF didn't really have that many great cruiserweights. They had Taka Michinoku. The end. WWF. No, Ray is legendary and respected like a motherfucker now.
Yeah, he's respected
like Ray. It's
everybody.
Ray is not underrated at all.
No.
At all.
Not even close.
Ray is considered greater than Mil Mascaras and I forget his name, but Ray is considered past all of them 10 years ago by the entire wrestling world.
Was it
Ray is considered the most over lucha of all fucking time. So like, no, Ray is not underrated.
What's the music?
That's not me.
That's not the music. That was tonight's show to everybody is brought to you by the Bug Man. The Mosquito Man just drove down my street in spring. That's what y'all heard.
Oh, see the WCW days. The younger generation will, the kids nowadays and the young adults will still recognize Rey Mysterio as a legend, because that's what he is.
Yeah. You could go on just as WWE run. You can go before that. It doesn't fucking matter. Ray is gonna be the top luchador for probably the next 100 years. I'm sorry, 50 at least.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Rey Mysterio: and this is the honest to God truth, in my opinion, Rey Mysterio is what Hulk Hogan did for wrestling. Rey Mysterio did for lucha.
Yes. There's nowhere, and had the talent. Really had the talent. It wasn't just talk.
No. And a close second, if you want to go that route with during that era, you had Juventud, you had Psychosis, you had Conan, you had the La Parca, El Dandy, Lismark Jr., Super Calo, Blitzkrieg.
Y'all forgetting Hector Garza with that corkscrew plancha off the top that he landed on all 8 people.
Hector Garza, I mean, all these guys, man. I mean, without Rey Mysterio being the leader of that media, Amazing Red.
Yeah, wow. There we go. There's an error.
One person mentioned Amazing Red in the conversation on that online forum.
Okay, I just looked up tickets for Lockdown.
Hey,
that's what's left. It's almost sold out.
Yeah, but y'all, that's Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's a small arena too.
Yeah, well, I think this one's a little bit bigger than the one we went to.
Yeah.
Well, all WWE shills that have jumped on the TNA bandwagon, giving them that viewership. So there you go.
Well, then again, I'll tell you this. I'm just looking at the prices. It's affordable.
It's very affordable.
That's why everybody's going. It's affordable. Just regular just like what you would consider the nosebleeds, in which I really probably looking at how it's set up is really not the nosebleed, not like a traditional nosebleed, is like $25.
All right.
Certain sections like 50.
Everybody, please bear with me. I'm getting used to the new timing of this laptop, and I feel like I'm rattling over the guys. I got to learn when I can come in and not. I find it's riding over the guys. So y'all bear with me for a couple of days until I get used to the timing. Anthony, on the subject you were talking about the in-ring grappling and all, Ultimo Dragon's a great example of that. He was not a high flyer. Ultimo Dragon was a technician with some fancy moves. That's a great example of what you were trying to say earlier. Ultimo Dragon was very much that in-ring. And it's crazy because he worked Japan and Mexico and all that, but that's a great example.
15 belts. 15 belts.
Nice.
I love me some Ultimo Dragon. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Ultimo Dragon. I think
9, bro.
Ultimo Dragon is probably that's the original belt collector.
Yes.
That is the original belt collector. Him and Sonny Ono having all the belts around both arms, waist, and both arms of Sonny Ono and waist of Sonny Ono. That was fucking amazing.
And the only time we ever saw a WCW and a WWF title on the same man on one show on television, and people were too ignorant or didn't care that it was a lightweight title. That actually happened.
And like what Rebel just said, he got the VIP experience at AEW for $400 a piece. That is second row. You're gonna take photos of the belts and get to meet wrestlers and food vouchers, dude. You can't beat that shit. That's fucking awesome.
You know my question: what's on the menu though?
Hot dogs, glizzies. Get you some glizzies, everybody, and get a glizzy.
Fucking chicken and pork hot dog, I bet too.
I bet it was. I bet it wasn't even a turkey one. I bet it wasn't even a turkey. Billy Kidman, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, they, to me, revolutionized modern pro cruiserweight style with the hesitation drop kicks and the inventions of technical holds like Alex Shelley would do.
Kidman?
I mean, no, not Kidman. I'm talking about Sabin.
All Kidman was drop kicks and a shooting star crest. That's it. It's all Kidman.
He got wings right now. Billy Kidman was a flash, man. He was a flash in the pan. That's all he was. He was a one-trick pony. He did the shooting star press. That was it.
Funny. If y'all ever like to know, the one big injury Chris Jericho ever got in his life in a ring was not in a match. He and his one broken bone in the match as well. He was practicing in a ring by himself and said, Billy Kidman shooting star press looked impressive. He tried it, and he actually broke his own arm and said never again. Alone in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got a hot wife, and he wasn't. Didn't he marry Tori?
They were for a while, and then they divorced. But yeah, by the time they showed Cribs, he's in Tori showing off a house on MTV. Kidman's just sitting on the sofa like, I don't care.
Do you think Paul London was a better light heavyweight than his partner Billy Kidman? Paul London and Kidman were never really partners. I think you were talking about Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick was better than both of them.
Kendrick actually is a mainstay in Wildcat Pro right now.
Brian Kendrick was pretty fucking good.
The Brian Kendrick experience, I agree. I think Brian Kendrick he's a professional, man. He's a vet.
He should be a trainer for cruiserweights and lightweight guys.
I think he is training at Wildcat along with Luke Hawks. I really do think he is.
Good on Wildcat for picking up a hell of an asset.
Kid Cash. Oh my God. No, thank you. You mean Kid Rock ripoff?
You mean Kid Crash?
Yeah, Kid Crash. Good God.
Damn, I forgot about that guy.
That guy had one spot. That guy had one spot. He would jump off the top rope as high as he could and land on 12 people. That was his move.
Yeah. You made shrimp and grits. I like grits. See, but you're in Pennsylvania. What the fuck do you know about grits?
Oh Lord. Here we go. I usually punch about jambalaya and Cajun food. Mike's getting ready to punch the Northerners about grits.
What the fuck do you know about grits? Hayabusa was a bad
like
man. You don't like them? You don't like, dude? I bet you eat cream of wheat, don't you? I bet you if
Josh had Southern style, just like all those people that came for the World Cup, they were like, what's this biscuits and grits and all? They came down here and were like, oh my God. They were like, bruh.
Biscuits and gravy. Don't. My grandmother made some awesome ass biscuits and gravy, but I was never a big grits fan. I never really liked it.
The texture is weird, but you gotta have.
There is a gas station like 2 cities away from me that has a thing they call breakfast gumbo, and
scary.
Oh my God, dude! It has Kaneka. It has breakfast sausage. It has bacon. It has breakfast. I mean, dude, it has grits, eggs, cheese, hot sauce.
You don't put all that in a gumbo. You ruin a gumbo a lot of that.
Bro, it is so good.
That's like putting tomatoes in a gumbo. Wordless.
bro. All that right there is just is overkill, bro.
All
It
right,
is
Vince, what you brewing?
It is overkill. I am PA Dutchy. What you call grits, we call mush. What the fuck?
I'm laughing at Devin we talk about cruiserweights. Dev says, what about Mike's favorite wrestler, Sugar White? That dude is as far away from a cruiserweight as
That is not even my favorite wrestler. That
Mike
guy
is.
belongs. Oh my god, man! Watching him wrestle, I would rather watch Baron Corbin and Trick Williams any day of the week, and I hate those bastards. I think they're better wrestlers than Suge White.
Rebel, you couldn't be more correct. Breakfast and gumbo do not go together. Unless you're eating just gumbo and it's the middle of the winter and it's like 21 or less degrees and that's your breakfast, a real gumbo, yeah.
Boudin burrito for breakfast. Ooh.
No worms, please. No worms in the boudin.
Yeah, for real.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, I heard. And I'm not a fan of that either.
But the wrong gas station, you roll down that paper wrap of the boudin, you're going to see the worms all cooked hanging out.
I like breakfast. I like gumbo, but don't go together. All right. So why they call it breakfast gumbo is because it's grits, eggs, cheese, hot sauce, sausage, bacon, and more sausage.
Down here, we call that the foie. That means the shits. That means you're going to have the shits.
Ernest the Cat Miller is a never was. Call my mama.
Ernest Miller was hired because he was teaching Eric Bischoff's son karate, and Bischoff was a karate mark competing himself in karate tournaments. That's why Ernest the Cat Miller was hired in the first place.
Call my mama. Ernest Cat Miller was never way. That's a soup. That is not a soup. It's not a soup. Man, y'all crazy, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about.
It's kind of right.
That sounds like something that's belong on a burrito, man.
Newspapers in a magazine. Damn it, y'all are haters, man.
Hey, Mike, this one you got wrong, bro. I don't care what it tastes like, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna bring you some next time I see you, Jordan. I'm gonna go early in the morning. I'm gonna bring it. I don't want to give my dog the shits by having to give it to her when after I don't eat it. After you travel with that shit all the way from Alabama over here, that shit's gonna be stale as fuck. Bro, it'll be good, man. I'm telling you, it'll be great.
He'd be passed on a lot. He'd be passed on a lawn again. His dad mowing the lawn, be like, "Well, are you gonna get up or what?"
I want to take a shit on the front lawn and let everybody watch. I don't care. After eating all that shit together, holy fuck, that's a heart attack and the foie all at one time. Devin's right. That's not gonna work for me, brother. Me either.
Man, y'all are haters, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all don't know what good food is.
No, we're not haters. We're just not sick.
No, man. I want to be sick. It's so good.
Honestly, it sounds like something I would wrap up into a burrito. I'll be dead honest.
That makes more sense because the burrito will help give you some substance so you don't have the liquid Hershey shits.
Yeah.
The burrito itself.
Man, I hate you guys.
But yeah, we've carried on a nice little bit. The clock's ticking. Y'all ready to get into? We need to talk about what happened.
All right. Even Rebel says he was untalented in the ring. He couldn't talk. He was a pain in the ass, and he was annoying as hell. Dude, you just said a mouthful. That's everything Ernest the Cat Miller ever is and ever will be. Is there an underrated light heavyweight champion from either the E or WCW that you wish got more respect by fans for both his high flying and technical ability? Yeah.
Takamichinoku.
No.
Yeah.
Sean O'Hare.
Sean O'Hare was a lightweight?
No, but I think he was awesome.
Yeah, but he wasn't a lightweight.
But he was awesome. Okay, lightweight should have got more. S.A. Rios. There you go. S.A. Rios.
I didn't find he was that good.
He wasn't that good.
That's the whole reason that they put him on TV in WWF. They put him on Sunday Night Heat. Lita did one backflip. They're like, okay, she's the star. Fuck him. Get Lita and let's do it the hardest.
Yeah, Greg Helms. Okay, I'm okay with Gregory Helms. That's a good one.
The Hurricane?
I'll
The
say one right
Hurricane.
now I thought was underrated and never got enough. I mean, he did get a little bit of traction, but they made his gimmick stupid, and that's
Crash
Jimmy Wayne
Holly.
Yang. Jimmy Wayne Yang. He is so underrated, dude. So underrated.
I give it
I
that.
like
Yeah.
Jimmy Yang is just awesome.
Didn't you say he owns like a gas station right now or something like that?
Maybe. I know he does some cool stuff. Damn it. Jimmy Wang Yang. There you go. James Carson Young, also known as Jimmy Yang, Akio, Jimmy Wang Yang. Yeah, that's what he does now.
Underutilized and was a junior weight when he got to WWF, but he was great in the other companies, and that's Tajiri. Tajiri was misused like a motherfucker in WWF on comedy shit. When that dude was the Japanese buzzsaw and was going one-on-one with Taz. That was a damn shame.
Yeah.
The sick ass when Tajiri was playing like the sick role, running around with Mikey Whipwreck, no matter how you want to do it, man, evil Tajiri was badass Tajiri.
He owned a professional wrestling school called Pro Training LLC, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. He owned a party bus business called Redneck Party Bus and Princess Party Bus. He started a pest control business called Jimmy's Pest Control.
This dude tried everything.
Yeah. He appears in the 2009 film Royal Kill as a police officer.
Well, let's we need to get into the G1. It's over. It's in the books. It has happened. Everybody on the podcast had picked who they thought would win each block. And guess what? None of us won. No one won.
Who got close?
Who got close?
I'm the closest.
Mike's no, I'm the closest. My guy was in the final match.
Sure.
So I got closest. My guy was in the final match. But Mike's guy got knocked out by my guy before the final match. And who picked you picked Newman. Who picked Suji?
Josh.
I did.
Your guy got knocked out by the winner final match before the final. So y'all both got damn close. Y'all pretty much got like, if your guys would have won each one of their matches, they would have been in the final match. So y'all got close. Not bad at all. Not bad.
Hey, not bad. Not bad for just a finger poke and a flip back of cigarettes. That's about it.
Not bad. But yeah, my guy lost. Oiwa has won the entire out of the blue. No one thought it was going to happen. He won what people are calling the best wrestling match of the year. They're shit. No, I'm not talking about Dave fucking Meltzer because he hasn't rated it yet. Every web watched it. They're rating it like high. This thing went over 35 minutes. It was no cheating, no outside the ring, no weapons, a straight up match. Just talent, two young guys, the future of the company, just exciting to watch. The crowd was going ape shit. And we don't have to wait until Wrestle Kingdom because that's what I figured was going to happen. But October 14th, we are going to get Oiwa challenging Suji for the title. And it's my pick that he will lose. That is my pick. Because my guy beat the champ in the G1, which that gives you a world title match. If you beat any champion in New Japan, you pin them, you get the victory like that, you earn a title shot. So my pick is that Oiwa will lose his title shot, but he got great exposure here, and he's going to move up. And my guy is going to challenge at Wrestle Kingdom and become the man. That is my prediction.
Boo for you. Boo on you, man. Boo on you.
Well, I'll give you something to cheer about. Goodbye and good riddance, JC Mateo. Jeff Cobb is back, But this is interesting. This is very interesting. Cal Newman had a sword to I can't think of his name. He was a young lion, but he's with Unbound Company. Cal Newman had a sword to his neck to execute him. Out comes Cobb out of nowhere, who we all know is United Empire, part of the squad. Cal Newman goes to hand him the sword, and Jeff Cobb lays out Cal Newman and announces he is with Unbound Company. Gato comes out there and raises his hand. Jeff Cobb is no longer United Empire. He has nothing to do with the end. Very interesting. And Mike is like, boo-hoo, my guy twice got it. Yeah, Cal Newman. It looks like Cal Newman might be getting crushed by Jeff Cobb. We're going to see what happens.
That's bullshit.
And Erica's already going nuts because we know she likes the big foreign guys. She's already fawning over Jeff Cobb.
And
yeah,
here you go, Rebel.
Besides that, we knew for a couple of months, and it was coming over. Shin Skywalker is now in New Japan, and it looks like he's a member of House of Torture, which I don't know how much everyone's going to love that, but that has happened. And we have our young lion who graduated, who went down to CMLL. He has started and is now the leader of House of Torture, CMLL Mexico. So, yes, just in case you couldn't get enough House of Torture up the ass, now CMLL.
I'm over House of Torture.
House of Torture. Well, so, Josh, you can be looking out for that.
Evil is gone. Yeah. House of Torture was a joke. I'm sorry. It was the Japanese version of the Bullet Club when AEW robbed and pillaged them blind.
Well, it started before that, but House of Torture is made to piss everybody off, and that's what they do.
Yeah, they still suck.
Yeah, they suck.
I don't like them. They have the most members out there, but all they do is cheat to win. But now they're going to CMLL, so they're turning into almost what LIJ did. They're branching off. So,
let me ask you this: did it work better with the Bullet Club because they were Gaijin and they were coming in, and it was an American-based group that was coming in? I think they did an invasion angle better than anybody because a lot of the guys are American. I mean, granted, Finn Balor started it; he was the original rock and roller. People forget that, but him and Fale were the big dogs, and then the Young Bucks came in. They booted Finn out, and they made it that American-based company that was literally taken over. It was the NWO 2.0 for real wrestling fans, like I would consider you guys. When the Bullet Club made their mark, that was, oh my God, no one had ever done to New Japan what the Bullet Club had done.
Right, but that's Bullet Club version 2 and 3. For Bullet Club version 1 was Balor, Fale,
Prince Devitt.
Prince
Devitt. My favorite Machine Gun, Carl Anderson.
And Tama Tonga. So that wasn't really an invasion. That was all New Japan guys. And that's where the Bullet Club really, they were at their most dangerous right there. What got them over with people knowing him in the world was when the Young Bucks said, we can make money if we push T-shirts. And AJ Styles came in, and Adam Cole came in, baby, and Kenny Omega and all that. Before we had, that was version 2. So between that and Omega, when AJ left, that's when they blew up. But that's when every shirt was in Hot Topic, but that was the Young Bucks deciding we're going to jump on the money train.
And you can't forget Jeff Jarrett, baby.
I knew you were going to say that.
I can forget him. He didn't even have a cup of coffee. Cody Hall, Scott Hall's son, did more in the Bullet Club than Jeff Jarrett.
You know what killed me though is that we never got that blow-off match with AJ and Kenny.
Nope, we never did, and we never will.
Never will.
And even if we did, it would be a half of the man Kenny used to be against a retired AJ, and it wouldn't be. It's kind of like the Undertaker Sting, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, too late, too little, just too late. Matches we should have had. We never. Another one that I would have loved to have seen. I wish he'd have done it, but I don't think Vince would have hated him. I wish when John Cena would have asked in his retirement to come to Japan and fight Tanahashi just one time, because both of those guys led their companies in the 2000s. They were so similar. I wish we'd have just got one friendly match between them. And
I was heartbroken, I think, at the last AEW pay-per-view when I watched Tanahashi. Oh, no, it was Forbidden Door when Tanahashi came out, and he looked so broken. And
Yeah.
My wife looked at me, and because my wife doesn't know much about New Japan, but she knows a lot about the other stuff. She goes, "Who is that woman?" I was like, "That's how bad he looks."
Yeah, his legs. Him and Naito, that style of wrestling they did in the 2000s. We talked about this already on the show. A lot of it, you could compare that to the world of dancing in a way. There was this style where everybody landed on their knees, and now people have stopped doing it because they realize, kind of like concussion protocol. It's like, no, don't land on the knees. That's not the way to go. And that's why Tanahashi's knees, Naito's knees. That's why these guys can barely walk and can barely move, and they're damn near crippled.
Well, it goes back to what I talked to y'all about last week. That ring, like I told you, I took one bump in my life. I run the ropes one time, and I said, dude, I was doing MMA at the time, and I'm like, fuck this. I'd rather get punched in the face and do this shit. I'm not doing it. Look at Hulk Hogan, how many back surgeries he had, and all he did was drop a leg, man. That's just...
And then in the hard-ass WWF boxing ring before they took over the WCW ring, which everybody used to say, what's the worst move to take? They said, you don't want to take that choke slam from Undertaker. They said it hurts so bad. And Undertaker used to say that's why he would barely take any bumps in that old ring. But Hogan admits, he said if he'd have known what he knew,
he would have done the sleeper.
No, he said he'd have done the what he did in New Japan. He'd have done the big boot.
Yeah.
He said he would have never done the leg drops if he'd have known.
Hogan in Japan was they booed him when he went against Stan Hansen, the Lariat. When him and Stan Hansen had their matches in Japan, they were booing Hogan. But Hogan could chain wrestle. And if you watch his stuff in Japan when he had the white trunks, he was completely different. You would night and day. And if they would have let Hogan do that here, man, it could have changed the game.
Hogan said it on the New Japan press. He said the WWF toys. Titles like a trinket. I don't want that. And this is the first time he ever cut a promo not yelling. And he says, I love Japan and New Japan because I can wrestle here. I'm not allowed. And that's because when Vince works you 300 something days a year and you're his main eventer, that's where the 5 moves of doom came from for all the main eventers. You can't get them injured. That's why Roman Reigns does what he does. That's why Cena did what he did. That's why Nash did it. You can't put somebody in a ring every night, have them go balls to the wall and expect them to be able to walk and not be injured. That's the whole point.
Well, let me ask you this, though, because what's the healthy balance? Because people now bitch because there's not enough house shows because look at all the botches tonight. I mean, look, I don't like Raquel Rodriguez. I'll just say it plainly. I think she's sloppy. I think she looks like shit. I'm sorry. I think that if you is as big as you are, there should be some talent there. You're putting your money and you're giving her the Intercontinental title and you disgracing it by putting that barbed wire and making it look stupid. You might as well put fur on a belt. Oh, wait, you already did that too. You have Roxanne Perez. You have Roxanne Perez right there.
I don't know why Triple H has such a soft spot and guards this woman, but she is not it. She is not it.
She's not. Look, if you're going to call yourself Big Mommy Cool, then you need to have some semblance of Diesel, and you ain't Diesel, woman. That man had 5 boobs, and one of them was a hair flip, but he was more charismatic than you'll ever be.
Yeah.
And they called him Big Sexy for a reason. You ain't sexy. You look like a slob. I'll give Nia Jax this. She is taking care of herself, and she's doing what she got to do to get good in the ring. Look, the days of her breaking Io Shirai, who was it? Who's your favorite? No, not Becky. Kyra Sane, you busted her face up. Yeah, I can forgive her because she realized there was a problem and she's got back to her fundamentals. Raquel Rodriguez is garbage. I'm sorry. I know she's got illnesses. That's not my problem. I watch for entertainment, not to hear about your medical stories. If I want to watch that, I'll go watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if it was you that just mentioned it or Mike, but supposedly WWE are bringing back the house. These people need to do house shows so they can actually learn how to fucking wrestle. They don't need to.
They've been bringing the house shows.
Right, but they need to put her ass and friends on there so they can learn how to fucking wrestle. It's ridiculous.
Her, Trick Williams, Boring Corbin. Let's see.
All of them. Send them all
Javon Evans. Javon Evans. But his sorry ass on there.
Everyone you just named.
See, that's where we got a discussion in this household here because she likes her little 6'7" Javon Evans because he's bouncy.
Nah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Look, he's athletically gifted. I'll give him that.
You'll take Bounty over Uzi.
You'll take Bouncy over Uzi any day.
But I will tell you this much about Javon Evans, okay? In my personal opinion, I said this before you even went live when Devin was still on before anybody, and I said this: only thing he is good at is athleticism. I'll give him that. And that halfway, 3/4 of ring, whatever move he does to go home, the finisher he does, yay, bravo. Other than that, dude sucks. Dude
Can we
has
say?
no.
Can we talk about the fact that the finisher is dead in general? The super kick was a finisher. Is dead. The cutter
Yeah, yeah,
is dead. The DDT is dead.
Dead.
I
But
talked about y'all last week. Jake the Snake hit a DDT. You dead. You're dead. Hey, Superfly. I'm sorry. Hey, Ricky. How you doing? Jesus. It just.
after Raven took it over from Jake, no one else needed, unless you're in the Indies and you protect the move. The DDT, sadly, as great as the DDT was, that the super kick is just a kick. I mean, after Shawn Michaels and the way the Bucks use it, that does not need to be.
You can have your Shawn Michaels super kick. Gentleman Chris Adams had the best one, that thrusting super kick from back in the day. That boy. Woo.
Sure.
Take your block off with that one.
There's no way around that. Chris Adams had his demons and had his issues like Dynamite Kid, but Chris Adams in a ring was great.
Yes. So is Chris Chetty too.
Well, so was smaller Chris Hero before he became Cassius Hell Damage Ono. I've seen a better looking roof job than his ass, and it's always trunks are always riding up there, so you see all the damn dents.
Chris Hero was great whenever he went to what was it, Kaiju Big Battle, and he took on everybody, and he had to like fight as Chris Hero. That was cool.
I loved him when he cared about himself. And look, I think we as fans, we're watching this for entertainment, right? None of us are getting in the ring, but we pay our hard-earned money and our dollars to watch larger than life characters perform in a ring. I talked to y'all, it's on a canvas, right? They're doing art. And if you come in there looking like a slob, then I should be able to point that out. Now, there's people that get passes. Kevin Owens, I'm not going to say he's the most athletically fit.
Whoa. Before you go there, I was going to say, can we give it up for Kevin Owens?
Hell yes.
Kevin Owens is in great shape right now. He can your belly does a little bit of it. He's still dropped the weight. He can move. I think.
Let me ask you this: would you agree that he's the modern day Dusty Rhodes?
Yes.
The man can talk. His belly a little big, his hiney a little big, but he's bad, and you know he's bad.
Yeah.
And his promo
I see that smile. I see you fight that smile over there.
Look at that.
No, I had him.
And the promo work between him and CM Punk right now is awesome.
So me and my partners argue about it, and on the show we had last Saturday, and they're saying that Kevin looks bad. I said, "Are you kidding me? Kevin looks like a very patient man from now. Waited 20 years to whoop your ass because he knew if he did it 20 years ago, you would have fucked his life up. He can wait 7 more days. Punk's the one who's bitter. You should have respected me. No, it comes off like Punk was bitter because Kevin Steen was more over than he was in Ring of Honor.
It still is. Kevin Owens and Kevin Steen is more over than CM Punk is right now. People are wanting to cheer. They want to get behind Kevin Owens. They don't really give a fuck about CM Punk right now.
I would agree with you except for one thing. You three understand the birth and the power and what Ring of Honor was when it was a Sinclair production, when it had to do with Jim Cornette and go back to, God rest his soul, Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole, all those times. Go back to that. That's when Kevin Steen was the virus, when they had big money Matt Hardy back then.
Kill Steen, kill.
WWE fans now are fly by night and they don't know the history. Now they can look it up.
They don't care. They don't care to know the history.
But I would say this: Kevin Owens is, as we knew him as Kevin Steen, is a far more compelling character than CM Punk. CM Punk is he can talk on the mic. The pipe bomb. I'm so tired of hearing that fucking word pipe bomb. I'm over it. Let's call it like it is. If we're going to call it the truth, CM Punk is a base technician in the ring. The man could not throw a fucking moonsault to save his life. He throws the perfect Terry Funk moonsault if you ever want to see it. And he can do an elbow. But that's it. Look at what Kevin Owens can do. Kevin Owens brought the indie style to it.
Mm-hmm. And he's an amateur.
We all like Kevin Owens here. We all like Owens.
And
You like Steve.
and let's just put it like this: Kevin Owens is an actual legitimate amateur background wrestler too. That's legit.
So can I mark out for a second? Your man Jordan here was the reason I wanted to come and on y'all's podcast the first time. I wanted to argue with him but every time he said something, like, man, he fucking makes sense. He knows what he's saying, but he's that guy that I wanted to have a debate with. But I'm him, so I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
Jordan.
starting to get that a lot in
At some point in your life, you look in the mirror and you realize you're the heel, not the face.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, if I was wearing my shirt, it would tell you my Ringside Ranch shirts has heel life on it. I am the heel. I'm a real life heel. But I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear. It's like the combination of Jesse Ventura on commentary being like, well, how does he get to walk out the cage out the door? That's not a win. That's not how this is supposed to work.
You see that's the worst heel, because like, go back to Ravishing Rick Rude. He not only made you feel stupid, could take your wife home with him, but he'd leave her with some cab fare and send her back to you, and he'd do it, and you can't do nothing about it. He didn't cheat to win; he just whooped your ass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the dude was a legit badass in real life. If you had to have a top 10 list of legit
100%,
badasses,
100%.
make the top 5. Or he might even make the top
I used
5.
to watch old interviews with Steve Austin, and he would say, I was over there, and Rick was always pissed off because I always said Laura's name in vain. I said, well, goddamn, Rick. Well, goddamn. And he would get mad. Steve, if you say that one more time, I want to pull this car over. Well, goddamn. I'm sorry.
Well, you didn't want to fault, besides the fact that Rude was a legit badass with his hands and didn't take no shit.
He was a military. He was a boxer in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rude would go in there with his damn gun and put it on the counter and say, "Okay, promoter, where's my money?"
Well, I mean, that's the same with him. And I always talk about him. And I talk about Black Jack Mulligan. Black Jack Mulligan was the only guy that I've ever heard that walked in, punched fucking Andre in the mouth, and Andre was like, "Whoa, boss! Whoa!" Andre took a step back.
I've never, no, not too familiar with that one, but
So Kevin Sullivan told the story when he was talking to Jim Cornette one day, and you got to go down in the holes and there's wires, and then you open that up and it's another thing, yeah. But no, Jim Cornette, and and I told them last week, as I've gotten older, I start to understand Jim Cornette. Maybe it's because I'm getting a little more senile in my life, that I like classic wrestling. My favorite tag team is not the newer guys. I will always say that my favorite tag team of all time, other than the Briscoes, is going to be the Midnight Express. And what Cornette.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. Bobby Eaton is considered, because of the teams he's been in, the tag team wrestler.
He's great. And no one has anything bad to say. Goldberg, I can't stand Goldberg's ass, but Goldberg went so far as to say that he was his favorite wrestler and wanted to lose the streak to him.
Yeah. Bobby Eaton, yeah.
Well, that wasn't going to happen in 1999, but anyway, Bobby Eaton is considered, for anybody that doesn't know their business, that's just watching the show, the amount of tag teams he was in, what he's done beyond the Midnight, Bobby Eaton is considered the greatest tag team wrestler of all time, just due to his success and what he did and how.
But I'll say this: I'll say FTR is a great tribute team to them, but they'll never be the Midnight. Just like, they'll never be the Andersons. Go the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. There was nothing. The closest thing you could get was Arn and Ole was going to be Arn and Tully, but that was just a different version.
I was going to ask you about. I know they called them brain busters in WWF, but I was going to ask you, what about the replacement of Tully for Ole? That wasn't.
No. And again, like going back to finishers, I love the slingshot suplex. I think that was just a classy move, and if you did it was the precursor to the jackhammer, if you ask me.
Yeah. I also like that. I like that double power driver that the Brainbusters did. I love that shit.
They looked like they jammed your head into the mat. Like that was a time when wrestling felt real. And we talk about kayfabe, and I talked to my partner in Gerard, and I was like, "Look, man, you can praise Vince and you can praise the WWE, but Vince is the one who ruined kayfabe. And now the man that sat there with 3 other guys at Madison Square Garden and took wrestling away from kids and took the imagination away from kids and grown men who believed in it, is now in charge."
Yeah, I don't want, man. Heck, they made me believe a fat guy sat on a snake.
Yeah. They did.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't think WWF or WWE ruined the kayfabe era. I want to say it was ECW because they pulled back too much of the curtain.
But this is before that. Like when you have okay, so do you really believe that your dumpster guy, your trash man is going to be wrestling?
No,
Do you think a circus clown is going to be wrestling?
no. What about
Repo,
this?
look, I love Dorsey, but fucking Repo Man, that's a joke character.
Yeah. What about Mantar?
I love watching the Repo Man
because it was Dorsey. That was just who he was.
Barry Darso.
I mean, I enjoy that, but we all know that it was all a big joke. But I laugh at if I have to laugh at any character from that era, Repo Man's the one I'm going to have.
When he
fun
stole
with.
Macho's hat, I was done. But what I'm saying is, as an adult mid now, would you rather be watching Georgia Championship Wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotions, or would you rather be watching WWF? I'm talking about in ring.
Well, I did watch WWF. I know they. I watched the Southern Wrestling.
We're watching the AWA, yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
I was
watching
the AWA and WCCW.
Go back again. Like I told you, I was born and at 4 years old. I'm at the sportatorium. I got the photos somewhere, in my mom's house. But that was real to me. Like I told you, like going looking back, Sting, the better of the Blade Runner. That guy was over like Rover. That man, and he when
you could thank Sting. You could thank Ric Flair for saying, "I see this kid can make something out of it. I'm going to get him over." You can really thank Flair.
I give it, but saying this might upset you because I told him last week, and it's a hard take. I don't think Ric Flair is the greatest of all time. I think he wrestled the same match for 40 years.
I watched the podcast. I heard you say that, but in the same breath, Rick wrestled 7 days a week, twice.
I will never knock his work ethic. His work ethic, I'll never knock that. It takes a lot of alcohol to get a man through all that. I mean, and that was when they took the business seriously. But as far as like innovative, changing the game, I got to say AJ Styles for me, clean living and just doing the job every day. AJ never missed a day. AJ was a good family man. AJ elevated his style. AJ's won every title and every company he's ever been in.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't put him on your Mount Rushmore, the greatest of all time, then maybe I'm lost my mind.
No, you
can't say you can't take nothing away from AJ Styles. He was great. Everything he did was great. No matter what position you put him in, he was good. The only fuck up was that I think you said it, and I know that Vince admitted it. He was like, "Well, damn. If I knew this kid was like this, I'd have hired him back in the 2000s and had him with Shawn Michaels and Cena and Edge."
Yeah, but they're talking about Vince, the same guy that thought it was okay and that it was good to put Cena over on the Nexus. The same guy that thought it was okay to slip some money to a.
Well, let's be honest there. The original plan was Nexus was going to go over. Cena politicked to bury them all, and that's what killed Wade Barrett. And Cena politicked that night at the pay-per-view to change that finish. The idea was Nexus was going to go over. And Vince really fucked up because in the WWE style, and he fucked up two people. And Wade Barrett was before Roman Reigns, so I can't blame Roman Reigns. Wade Barrett was exactly the kind of wrestler and build Vince wanted.
Absolutely.
Could have had his world champion. He absolutely could have been that guy. That was very dumb of him to bury him with Cena. He could have. That man could be like in there now retiring. He could have been a top guy. And the other one, which they didn't give a shit because they used to treat him as a joke, and Roman Reigns was there, so Vince didn't give a shit. Damian Sandow could have been his top man as well. Same safe style, built well.
I would have believed that until the intellectual savior of the masses did not get over. But you cannot you cannot get over on a clown gimmick. Mizdow was funny for what it was, and no. I can tell Eugene, the character behind Eugene, that man. If you go look at the Indies, him and Benoit would have matches. I mean, technical masterpieces.
What was his name? Nick something, wasn't it?
Ainsworth, or not Ainsworth. What was it? Demsworth. Demsworth.
Yeah, Nick Densworth.
Nick Densworth. Yeah. If you take away the gimmick and put on the Indies, he could go.
That's my problem. You have a like goes back to the old videos you used to see where they talk about how Vince had his thought process. Dusty Rhodes, I see polka dots. you're going to take the American dream, like the hero of the South, just because he wasn't your gimmick, and put him in polka dots with a hefty black woman dancing around. What the? I mean, what's that? Like, you have Dusty Rhodes.
Vince purposely tried to humiliate Dusty with the whole gimmick, and Dusty took the same approach New Day did when they got their shitty gimmick and said, "Watch us get this shit." Because the whole New Day thing with Big E preaching, that wasn't supposed to get
it never
over.
was.
Vince thought it was and they just put their all into it and got over. But Dusty said, "Watch me make chicken salad out of chicken shit," and they went back and forth. If you go back to, I mean, the whole thing with Dusty called. He named Virgil. They named Vince and Virgil.
Yeah,
you know, I mean that the whole thing. Virgil was to hit at Dusty. That's why they had him under Ted DiBiase. Vince was trying to punch Dusty.
Well, he did it to his son. Like, Goldust was not supposed to get over. Let's like, look, the Rhodes family is talented. Now, do I always agree with their decisions? Absolutely not. But the Rhodes family are a talented. You know, say what you want about Cody Rhodes. Not the biggest fan of him, but Cody Rhodes. The line says it the best. Wrestling has more than one royal family. And whether it's the Anoa'i family, whether it's the Rhodes, whether it's the McMahons, whether it's the Guerreros, whether it's the Mysterios.
What about? Wow, you're missing one, dude.
Von Erichs.
You're missing another one.
Flares.
Well, missing another one.
That's
15 people, man. What else? The Jarretts.
Armstrong. Damn it.
Yeah, you're right. But again, there's only, like, look, Bullet Bob was great.
Arts.
But,
well, I mean, let's call it what it is. There might be more than one wrestling family, but there's only one Armstrong curse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can compare that to the Von Erich curse, brother.
That is true. That is very well. Each family has their own, but yeah, both of them. I mean, that's a real life one. The Armstrong curse was a kind of a gimmick, but the Von Erichs was a real life tragedy times 4.
Well, I tell people all the time, because they'll come to me and they'll tell me things. Well, I watched this documentary. I said, yeah, was it WWE produced? Well, yeah, exactly. They're going to tell you exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to know.
The perfect example of this, guys, is that bullshit documentary on Hogan on Netflix. They gloss over the racist shit he's said over his career and how he like, we complain that Brock we blame Brock.
Hold on, Brock didn't do shit. Brock had a piss fetish. He didn't do anything, and he was never accused of anything. All right, and whatever he did or did not do is between him and Rena. That has nothing to do with me, you, or the blue paint on the wall.
No. Let me clarify what I'm trying to say is, a lot of fans accuse him of burying African American talent. How is Vince's booking of that his fault? Like,
no, it's not his fault. No,
yeah,
I've never heard that one. That's a new one on me. I know that him.
No, man, because why would he bury African American talent when first WrestleMania he had Mr. T as his partner? And he was a big fan of Junkyard Dog. That's how he got into WWE.
Well, go back to WCW. What happened in WCW?
The reason why I'm saying that is people blame him for Kofi's title run not going as long as it did.
That had nothing to do with him. That was Vince.
That was a Vince McMahon call. 100%.
Because Vince didn't like Kofi as champion because it wasn't what he directed. And look, it is what it is. Kofi Mania was a thing. Just like he wasn't going to get caught up in the Mania event again. Like, whatever, Daniel Bryant movement. It happened again with Kofi. He didn't want. Vince is a control freak, and if he's not determining what things are happening, he's going to change to what he wants.
He'll give you what
that's what I'm saying. I feel the fans blame Brock for bullshit that Vince does.
Well, those are fans. Those aren't fans in my book. Those are marks.
Yes.
And if you want an argument for those people, Anthony, show them or tell them how Brock for the last so many weeks has spent hours and hours backstage sitting with Oba, becoming friends, teaching him. It's well documented that Brock himself thinks he wasn't told to get him over.
That motion that happened at the end of that match the other night, or whenever they had their match at SummerSlam, what'd he do?
Brock did that off the cuff. That was not planned. Brock said what he wanted.
Now back to
say. They let it go, and you know what? There you
Hogan,
go.
I don't look. God rest his soul. Terry Bollea has done some fucked up shit, whether it's booking or whatever. But I don't believe he's a racist. I think he made a racist comment, did something stupid. And my
Yeah.
argument for that is this:
Yeah.
Booker T made a mistake on live television. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But
the story,
wait a minute.
the story came
Wait a minute.
back
What
that
did
Booker T met with Hogan, and Hogan laughed and goes, "But I'm a good one." And Booker T said, "What? I'm a good what you were calling me." And he goes, "You are," because Hulk Hogan saved his job. And again, but he didn't have to do that. Booker T was on the bottom at the
no.
bottom of the card. You know, they were a great tag team at the time, but they weren't.
Booker T and Stevie Ray both credit Hogan for letting them get to the top of the tag and pushing them in WCW. Booker T's gone in depth about it, saying, "I got no problems with Hogan. He actually helped me in my career."
Yeah, no, and there's what you. How am I gonna say this? I'm a Hogan fan, but sometimes I feel he gets sanitized and like he gets sanitized. His character gets sanitized like he was an angel, and he didn't backstab people to get to the
No, he
top.
fucking absolutely did. He absolutely did. Like I said last week.
Good
Like
God.
I said last week, I like the character of Hulk Hogan. I can respect Hollywood Hulk Hogan and every incarnation of Hulk Hogan. I do not have to like Terry Bollea, and that's what it comes
You
down
can
to.
separate the artist from the art.
Terry Bollea had creative control over Hulk Hogan, and Terry Bollea. Look, the point period, everything. Go back to Starrcade '97. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to say any more than that. Hey, that don't work for me, brother. That don't work for me.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
and I'm not sure if this is just Jim Corny hating Hogan, but he did a stream where he like a segment in one of his shows talking about the lies that Hogan has done throughout his career, and one of them was that he actually said this out of his own mouth that this proves how much he hated what's his name, Randy Savage, that he was the one that got the tryout for the Reds when it was really Savage.
But you also understand that Hulk Hogan also said that he fought in MMA before. Hulk Hogan said a lot of crazy things. I think he wasn't all there. All right, Hulk Hogan believed his own hype a little too much.
And
Hulk Hogan
also said he didn't do steroids.
Real life. Hulk Hogan and Savage were real life on and off friends, but Hogan feared Savage too, especially when Hogan and Linda were hiding Liz, and Hogan was like, "Oh, I don't know where she is."
Look, and I after doing a lot of research on that, my wife
got that black eye.
What did I tell you last week? It wasn't no damn kid ski my ass.
No, it was not. No, Savage hit him. We all know it.
So what I was getting, my wife did. I told you, like, if you ever come to our channel, there's a documentary we did on Vince, and during that, doing a lot of that investigation in that, Hulk Hogan did a lot of shady shit. I don't believe that Macho Man was. I think he was trying to protect her from what the business can do to somebody. I don't think that. I think that Elizabeth was so precious to him that all he cared about is keeping her safe. Gerard, like I said, and I will praise him to death. He used to drive Elizabeth because Randy trusted him to get her from the hotel, to get her some food, and get her ass back. And Randy didn't trust nobody. So if he trusts a 19-year-old kid to get her from point A to point B, that says something about somebody. Well, I mean, and look, Linda and Terry were swingers, and they were trying to get her into that shit.
And that's why it's another reason Savage went off. But that threw me off right there. What I was trying to say, I forgot it.
You were talking about Stephanie, weren't you? You were going to talk about Stephanie, weren't you?
No, not that. Elizabeth. Savage knew that Liz would not survive in this business, and he was right. What happened when he said, "Look, still like you, I'm a back away." Luger got her on all the pills and all. He knew not to get her involved with the boy. He knew. Savage.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about that, because we've all seen where Luger's at now, where Terry's at now. Let's okay. Do you think that God has punished that man enough?
Yes.
I think he needed all of that to get the damn narcissistic
demons. That is,
attitude attitude that Luke was known for. All the boys in the back, they were
Yeah.
like, he wasn't cool to be around. He was an asshole. He thought he was better. All of them said it. It took that to humble him. It took this whole thing, and he admits it. He'll say, this humbled me. He says, I realized I was an asshole and I was a prick. Luger admits that now.
Well, I will say this about before we go any further about this. I have a story about Luger. Bruiser Brody broke Luger. Luger was the biggest, newest guy with the build, the tan, the body, and he's like, "You got to sell for me." And Bruiser Brody's like, "I ain't selling for you."
Bruiser Brody ain't gonna sell for you anybody unless he likes you.
Yeah, and he chased Lex Luger out
Ask
of
the
the
clones.
ring, and he chased him out of the ring, and he was like, "I want to wrestle that guy." And Bruiser Brody's like, "Nah, he ain't gonna cut it here." And that was before the WCW NWA days. That was back in AWA. And Bruiser Brody then went to the promoter and said, if you ever hire that punk bitch again, I will murder him in the ring.
Ooh.
Well, he was in AWA. They just didn't pair him back up again.
Well, and going back to Liz. Think about this, all right? Because a similar situation happened with one Mark Merrow and Arena Merrow. They brought Mark Merrow in. They want him to be they wanted to be Johnny Bad or whatever the fuck. And they took one look at his wife, saw her fucking pneumatic tits, and were like, "Oh, we can do some shit with her." Because Vince wanted to fuck her.
Was that Sable?
Both Vinces went gaga over Arena.
But that's what I'm saying.
When Vince hired Mark Merrow, the problem was, and even Dusty admitted this, a lot of people did. Vince didn't realize all Mark Merrow knew how to do in the wrestling business, character-wise, was beat Johnny B. Bad.
What, shoot a pop gun?
Well, he did not realize. Vince did not realize when he bought Johnny B. Bad. He tried two different angles with him. It didn't work because Mark could be Golden Gloves real life all you want. Mark's only knew one character, Johnny B. Bad. That's who he was.
He knew how to be Little Richard. That's all he knew. He could have been a Little Richard impersonator. That's about it. He was a more.
Why Dusty did what he did.
He was a very talented version of the Cat. Okay, let's just call Ernest Miller. It was Ernest Miller with talent.
Yeah,
but
who? Mark Merrow?
Yeah,
Ernest Miller had no talent.
But see, that's the thing. They saw his wife and see the difference between Macho Man and among many things. And Mark Merrow said, "Oh yeah, you could basically prostitute my wife out, no problem. Yeah, put her tits out there. Yeah, anything for $1." And fucking Macho Man said, "You will not treat my wife any certain way. She will stay in the locker room. I'll fuck you up."
Correct.
That's right. Sable pushed at the time to do it because she thought, and that's when she started claiming she wanted All-Star style money, and Vince was like, "Hell no," because she thought she was going to break into movies and be a star. Yeah. Mark was actually embarrassed with her getting naked and doing what she was doing, but she's like, "I'm cool with it." But back to what you're saying. Yes, Liz would have never done it. Savage would have never allowed it to happen. But, yeah, there's a big difference.
I love how Jim Cornette described Sable. He once said that Sonny was an up-in-your-face cunt and fucking Sable was behind-your-back cunt. And the thing about Sable, she couldn't wrestle, couldn't take a bump. They had to rub the belt in her back whenever Luna hit her with, "Oh, no, it hurts so bad." Yeah. But say what you want, Sonny. I think the death, we talked about it last week. The death of Candido fucked Sonny. I think after that she was never the same.
Yeah, Tammy Lynn is good.
But none of them compared to the greatest. Look, I love Liz for what she is and who she was. God rest her soul. But nobody was sensational Sherry. That was a.
I went to the cauliflower club here in Mobile. It was in Irvington. It was her and a bunch of other old women.
There you go.
A lot of them. And they sat around, and I was lucky enough to watch these women talk about who they idolized, who they were, who brought them in. And Sherry was in tears at the end of it because she said she had nothing but major respect for Moolah and Mae Young for what they did for women's wrestling. And she was literally in tears.
Wait, you mean Moolah pimping women out?
Well, Sherry Martel at that time was no whore. You couldn't just pimp Sherry Martel. Sherry Martel
she'll rip your stuff off and feed it to you. She don't play.
Yes,
Sherry was one of the boys. Sherry cooked for the boys. She roomed with the boys. She knew the business. She was smart. She was intelligent. She could talk. She could fight. Sherry was a one of a kind. Sherry didn't.
How about
she
Luna?
didn't just hang with them.
Oh man, don't get me started with Luna. Luna will always have a special place in my heart because of who she is, her father, and how horribly she was treated. In the sense that she was beautiful. She had a character. She had a gimmick. That wasn't her real. I mean, look, she. I know she had damaged her larynx, but that wasn't. She played up to that, and that didn't help her voice. But she was so damn talented, and they put her with the oddity. She wasn't an oddity. She was more than that.
I feel. I hope I'm not giving her way too much credit, but I feel Medusa doesn't get enough credit.
Oh man, Medusa, in my opinion, it is. How do I want to say this? She was ahead of her time and behind her time. She was ahead of her time in WCW and behind her time in WWF.
The people don't realize how great a wrestler she was because of the position she was in and how they treated women's wrestling. I did not respect her throwing the women's title in the trash. I do appreciate her taking it out.
Well, that wasn't her idea.
I know, and I get that, and I understand that. But her talent lied in the ring. Watch the original matches with her and Bull Nakano, man. And then talking about a real, let's call her a kaiju for what she is. Bull Nakano was a beast.
Yeah.
And I feel with Luna. Well, not Luna, with Medusa, I feel, to be honest, I think that was part of it was 50-50 in terms of not being her idea. I feel she wanted to do that to show that Vince was treating women like shit back, like when
Vince was trying to use it as his own personal brothel, in my opinion, in some regard. I mean,
if he couldn't fuck you, he'd pimp you out.
Well, okay, so again, I feel like I'm sorry I've talked so damn much. Wilson. I want y'all were going to talk about the show, and I apologize for that. Y'all were about Raw.
Didn't he sleep with Tori Wilson or one of the girls in the 2000s or something? Wasn't there like evidence that he actually slept with like Tori or like
not? There was a rumor that he was.
Honey, would you like to add that? Because you're the one who did the research on that. I can pretty much pinpoint who exactly it was just from times and everything. It was Christy Hemme.
I've been wanting to know who the one is from around 05 that supposedly
it was Christy Hemme.
Mike, haven't I been saying that for forever? I said it was, and she went to TNA. She never talked about it because there was a no disclosure and got paid.
So basically, the same thing that happened to Janelle Grant. He's been doing this for years. So basically, she just made his payments on time to her. But basically, she gave him head, and then there was a no disclosure. I don't know if she slept with him. I just know that from my understanding, she gave him.
And how did my question is, how did that marriage last as long as it did with Linda, knowing that he was sleeping with all these women?
Linda was, dude, I'm going to tell you like this, man. If you're famous and you're a celebrity, this is the God's honest truth. As long as the money's coming in, you turn your head and don't give a fuck.
So I'll tell you, and I said it before, I don't like Vince. We'll never like Vince. There's so many things that have come to light about him in the last 5 years, and I despise the man. One of the things that we didn't know about that we found out in the documentary from Netflix, when you tell your own son that you're going to have to pick up that steak knife and stab me in the chest if you ever want to get your ideas over, and if you don't do it, I'm going to have to feel a certain way about that. Okay, anybody that has kids here, can you ever picture telling your child and then going back and you see part of it where Shane felt someone's hand on his back, and it was a back rub, and he's like, my father finally gave me a pat on the back. And it turns out he was his son. That was a heartbreaking moment because his father's never patted him on the back once in his life.
Never cared about his son.
Vince was never around his real father, and his stepdad abused him. So Vince don't know how to be a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Vince don't know how to be a father. He never did.
He was more of a father to Stephanie than he was to Shane.
Yeah.
And I think Shane was more of a mama's boy, to be honest. I think Linda treated him like a prince.
It's very true. Stephanie is more like Vince. I don't mean in the perverted way, but business-wise and how she handles herself, she's more like Vince. Shane is more like Linda. That's very obvious. It's very obvious.
But you see it in his eyes. That man has chased his father's adoration for years. He has chased the desire for respect. You're men. We're all men here. All of us want the respect of that one person, and like that, the person who made us. Like I would, without I'm 40 years old, and my father recently in the last couple months sat me down and said, "I'm very proud of the man you become. You don't know what that means to someone like me." And I would think that would mean that to every man. So look at someone like Shane, who's literally, I can tell you because I know for people who have been there, he worked the ring crew, he worked the back, he did refereeing, he did everything to work his way up, just like his dad, just to earn his respect. And for a guy,
why do you think he did everything he did in all those matches he did? And as
because he wanted the attaboy. He just wanted his dad.
He wanted to see him as valuable.
And I think what Shane hates the most is Vince treats Triple H more of a son than he treats Shane.
That he goes way back because he always felt like his sister should be dating one of the boys. I don't think he hates him. I don't think he dislikes him. I just think that there's a way that the business was run, and they
no. I'm talking about Vince specifically. I think the heat with Triple H too also comes from that in the back of his mind. I think Shane believes that Vince loves Triple H more than he does.
I would never try to assume that. That's beyond the scope that I could ever, because I can't assume what that man's gone through, especially with everything that's happened. What I will say is I can't fault Paul Levesque for doing what he's done. Shane left. And whether it was for his mental health or whether it was good or indifferent, he left to go find his own fortune and do his own thing. Paul stayed. And Paul was there, and Paul sat under the learning tree. So say what you want about Paul Levesque, and maybe he's booking shit now, or maybe that's TKO. There's so many different avenues you can go there. That's a whole fucking 3-hour episode y'all could do. But
yeah, and for me, I'm surprised Shane when what's his name, when Dixie put TNA up for sale, Shane didn't go in and buy TNA when it was up for sale originally before he bought them.
There's no point, bro. Shane went, started a Chinese broadcast entire deal and all. Shane was like, I could do it without wrestling. Watch me, and he did.
He made that whole weed farm thing. Like Shane made a lot of money doing Shane business. Shane has already proved it. Shane, the whole ECW thing, Shane did that, and then Vince ruined it. Shane, and what would you do buy TNA for? You go buy TNA, you're getting the same deal that the WWE got off the WCW. You're buying the library. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, but that's why I'm saying. Like, I wish Shane could have or left his father and worked with like a Jarrett, because I think
no man,
those heads would have butt heads too much.
Shane is not an idiot. Shane knows his dad ran the wrestling business. Shane knows he was never going to challenge or take his dad in the wrestling business. Everybody knows this. Eric Bischoff can admit it today. Shane was like, I'm going to go in another direction, or I'm going to touch the wrestling business. And if Vince wants to kick himself, or you want to be like, I told you so, how about when Shane told him before Dana White bought UFC, get UFC. Look at today, there would be no TKO. Vince and all them. Vince wouldn't even have to have left his company unless he had too many people invested. WWE would own UFC.
And I'm gonna be honest right now, though. Like everybody says, TKO is using WWE to pay for UFC's debt.
Oh yeah,
I believe that.
I believe it too.
And the reason, like I said, we talked about it last week. I think that Vince made moves. He got rid of those 2 members of the board and replaced it with 2 people that would vote for him and with him.
Yes,
and he did that, and he got outplayed by a better businessman in Ari Emanuel. And I can't get mad at him. I can get mad that he's ruined a company that I grew up in love with, and he's ruined wrestling as far as the WWE standard. But Vince's fault. Vince decided to be selfish. You have two kids and a son-in-law that would have taken that company and moved it to the future. You have enough money. It wasn't a money thing. It was a pride thing. You got fucked over by Ari Emanuel. That's just what happened. And now we have another company, and you have a guy in Tony Khan who's learned and taken his lumps and now is doing a fantastic job, in my opinion.
He is doing a fantastic job.
I wouldn't go that far. Tony's still making the same dumb mistakes he did at the beginning, to be honest. Like,
no, I think he's starting to learn that a better wrestling product, which he does put on, uh, is selling, and he's slowly starting to learn also. My biggest gripe about what AEW was storytelling. And it's like he had a problem doing storytelling. Now he's starting to finally learn
He's
to tell a
finally listening
story.
to the bad. This is what this is what I've criticized about Tony for a while, that he has guys who's been in the business, like a Jeff Jarrett, and who's been in the business for like 40 years, and he want. I said this at the beginning. I felt he was like Vince at the end, like when Vince started doing all the inconsistent booking, where he tore scripts like 30 minutes or 5 minutes before the show.
So,
That's what I
No,
felt
I don't
Tony
believe
was
that, but
like.
I'm also respecting AEW because I get more than 7 minutes of wrestling before I have to watch a DiGiorno commercial.
No, taking away the commercial. I'm talking about purely on the booking
Okay. If you
side.
want to take away the commercials, let's talk about storylines. You're going to tell me that Will Ospreay against Kenny Omega, even though it's short, like notice, and I would have said that MGF would have been a better run. This storytelling, this whole thing with the Death Riders, everything building up to it has been fantastic. Same thing
Yeah,
with
well,
Tekla.
the Death Riders thing, honestly, to me was very
What's
inconsistent.
up?
what's up?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, what's going? Welcome
What's
to the
up?
show.
What's up with you? It's been a long time I haven't seen you. Boys,
What's going on?
7 people.
what's going
in
on
this thing,
with
boys.
you?
Look at Willow Nightingale right now. Look how incredibly over she is. Look at the Divine Dominion. Look at that tag team. It looks unbeatable. The
And
Brawling
that's how
Birds.
you,
When was
that's
the
how you
last
do it.
time you were looking
What?
forward
So
to a
can you
women's tag
subscribe to
team
my
match?
channel?
No, I
Yes.
feel the big crit. To me, the Death Riders overall has been way too inconsistent
What
for
are
me.
you
Do you
guys
agree?
talking about?
Wrestling.
Oh, wrestling. John Cena. I like them. I liked him.
Oh no.
Load. We lost my
Sorry.
train of thought.
Sorry.
Oh no, but do you agree with me? The overall storyline with, until they brought Will Ospreay in, I felt there was an inconsistency in the storytelling with the Death Riders. You didn't know what they were.
Let me debate with you on that one. Let me just say this, okay? So when it started out, and it was heartbreaking what they did to Brian Danielson, right? They put that plastic back. Okay, when I know people say, "Oh my God, I can't believe they went that graphic." Okay, calm down, calm down. That was an old Terry Funk move. Terry Funk did that back in Memphis. He put a plastic bag over somebody's head. He was remember, people, it's scripted. I know that sometimes we forget that it is scripted. So yeah, they had to be extreme for John Moxley to turn the Blackpool Combat Club into the Death Riders. It had to be extreme. So he gets the title and he holds it hostage, and he was the most hated, vilified man in that company because they wanted him to lose it. So then here comes Hangman Page after burning a man's house down, and he gets a redemption story after sticking a needle through someone's cheek. How do you bring him back? You have him beat the worst man in the company. The Death Riders have been a tool to get everybody over, and I think they've done it magically. That's just my opinion.
How about you
Yeah.
guys? Are you guys on his side or mine? That I feel it's been inconsistent to the point where I didn't know where it was going originally and stuff like that.
What do you mean, man? No. What storyline are we talking about?
Death Riders.
Death Riders.
Death
Death
Riders.
The
Riders.
Death Rider storyline, when it first originated, I was all on board. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hell yeah, we're gonna get some new blood. We're gonna bring some people in. It's gonna be insane. And all we got was the BCC, the Blackpool Combat Club, and I was like, what the fuck? This
I've got a big problem with the Dead Riders and Blackpool. One big major problem. Where's the new talent that a faction is supposed to create? Hasn't happened.
there is no person. There's no one standout star in
That's the big problem. That is the problem.
I'll tell you right
Any
this, Marina Shafir seems over.
She is about over as a wet kitten.
I'm just kidding. I love her. I
Yeah.
love her role in the Blackpool, and I'm sorry, in the Death Riders. I wish they would do something more with Garcia. I wish that they would stop being losing machines, because other than Moxley, everybody in that group seems to be just getting run over. I
Wheeler is
think that
very bland to me. He shouldn't have been in that group to begin with.
Who?
I think Wheeler has all the potential in the world, just like I think Garcia has all the potential in the world. But if it was me booking, I would. If you go back to the movie The Dark Knight, right? You go back to the Joker, right? When he goes, we have an open space in our company. We're open for aggressive expansion. And then you break a pool cue and put it between them. We only got one spot. I would have Wheeler Yuta and Garcia beat the piss out of each other for that one spot. Like, make it real, make it raw, make it, no, this is an elite club to be in, no pun intended. You're going to have to fight for your spot every time.
Yes. And if you
looks
lose,
like-
you're out. And then, have that same person want to be back in next week.
And what I'm not talking about is in-ring talent. What I'm talking about is Wheeler Yuta has as much personality as a paper bag. The guy's very boring. He has no promo skills, dude. Even that's what I was a fan of his from ROH, and he was never really he was very bland and didn't really have a personality and stuff like that.
They took him too fast from New Japan. He had just graduated out of being a Lion. He hadn't learned anything about personality yet. Whether it was Tony Khan or a friend or Moxley who took him, they took him too fast, and they did nothing with him.
Well, they were training with the best friends in Orange Cassidy. That's how you got into AEW.
Orange Cassidy is probably the I like Orange. I really do. I like the gimmick. He is probably the only gimmick that I like that people should be able to get behind and be pushed. I mean, Darby Allin.
And it's MJF's fault. It is all MJF's fault. MJF showed me that Darby Allin can fucking wrestle. All right, he's tiny. He doesn't belong in the heavyweight championship talk at all. I keep his ass away from the world title, please. But the boy can wrestle. Yes. More so than Jack Perry's ass, because Jack Perry pisses me off every time I look at his stupid face.
I don't know if you know that I can't stand Jack Perry.
I love you. All right.
Or like Corny calls him Jungle Stooge.
Well, I told him last week, Jack Perry, you ain't even the Janetti in your group, all right? Marco Stunt had more talent than your ass. I'm sorry. Luchasaurus is the only reason that you're relevant, because you rode on the shoulders of a giant man.
Let's not go that far. Marco didn't have any talent either.
I'm like, look, Marco Stunt was basically what happens if you put someone in a microwave and you take them out too early. That's what happened with Marco Stunt.
I tell you this, I had a chance to meet Marco Stunt. And I had to crouch so low just to get a picture with him.
But he was the thing about Marco Stunt is that he was entertaining, he was funny, and he knew his gimmick. That's the thing. Jungle Boy don't know his ass from his elbow. Oh, one day I'm going to drive the truck from Jeepers Creepers. Oh, now I'm the scapegoat. Oh, now I'm going back to listen to Jungle Boy music. Oh, you know who got you over, Jungle Boy? The guy who actually made you be endearing? Christian Cage, because he understood that you had a father.
No. Christian Cage did not get Jungle Boy over. He did not. He tried his hardest to get Jungle Boy.
He made him endearing. And the only reaon why is because he said, I understand you had a father. Man, Christian Cage.
And there's one thing that people forget. I can't. This was when Punk was. This is when Punk was there. Actually, remember that whole story where
we're going to disagree on this one.
No. Remember when there was multiple people that told him not to do that spot with him and Hook?
Oh God!
Real glass.
Yes, the Real Glass incident. Dude, come on, man. Listen, I mean, it's
No. I'm bringing that up to bring up. He did a promo after that, and I think it was Conrad Thompson or someone that said, "How can you take him seriously with it?" That he was trying to make a threatening, he was trying to make a serious promo, but his voice sounded like he was out of didn't get out of puberty. He could
He's
have.
a squeaker. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's a squeaker.
So I'll
my
say
thing
this:
is the only thing. The only
Go ahead.
the only thing that got Jack Perry over was, I'm sorry, it was the CM Punk
song.
incident.
I was gonna say
No,
the
the
song.
CM Punk,
And
the CM
the
Punk
song.
incident.
No,
After that,
I would say you were right about the song at first because he's like Trick Williams and the rest of
yeah,
these fucking like these lames that come
yeah,
out there. What the fuck is whoop that trick? I'm a whoop
That
his
was
ass.
off of a movie. That was
it,
off a movie.
it's off a
Hustle and
movie. Yeah,
But it's dumb.
but
It's
yeah,
dumb. It's dumb.
initially, and initially the Jurassic Express, yeah, everybody was on board with it. It was fun. It was kooky. It was entertaining, but it got boring
So
fast.
here's where I agree with
But
you on the Punk thing. I'll agree with you on
yeah,
the Punk thing but Punk, I don't look. Punk is kind of a douche. Let's just call it like it is. And there's no
well,
reason in any way, shape, or form that you need to put your hands on somebody. Look, but
well,
in the same breath,
here, honestly,
somebody needed to whoop Jungle Boy's ass. Somebody needs to whoop his
yeah,
ass.
yeah. I brought this up a while back about that whole entire situation. There was multiple things leading up to that event. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it started with the brawl out, obviously, but
The ball in.
behind the
Yeah.
scenes, the brawl in, brawl out, whatever. Behind the scenes, he was trying to make amends with Omega and the Bucks, and they were supposed to have like a big meeting.
Can we talk
He
about this
had
in
an
the
all
NDA? Can we talk about?
Yeah, well, there was supposed to be a big meeting between him, Tony Khan, and all them to work to hash it all out. The Bucks canceled it on the last minute, and this was before the pay per view in London. Yeah, and then he obviously that would piss you off. Then he goes to fly over England, and there was no reps waiting for him, no drivers, no nothing. He had to figure out how to get to the venue with nobody helping him from the company. So that to me would piss me off even more. Then right before my match is gonna go on and live television,
I agree with you.
you got this young dumbass saying, "Look right here, real glass." I'm like, yeah, I was like, now that would have set me off too.
I get where
Like,
you're coming
like, what
from.
the
I
fuck?
get,
Crimea River.
Crimea River, and he
I
got
get where
choked
you're
out
coming
for it.
from. I get where you're coming from. And I understand Jungle Boy. I understand Jungle
Yeah.
Boy being a little prick. But
Yeah.
everybody here is at least around or at least 40 years old, right? And Phil is about 40-ish, give or take. If right, he's 40, over 40.
At the time, yeah.
So have y'all booked your own flights before? Y'all ever
Yes.
got your own cab before?
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever used Google GPS before?
Yes.
Okay, so Punk, if
Yeah,
his
MapQuest, man.
complaint is that he
MapQuest
wasn't
generates
coddled to, and he didn't get a limo or he didn't get a car, I got no sympathy for you, brother. I'm sorry. You're a professional. You've been in the business 20 years. Get your ass to the damn venue.
Let's go to the beginning of
Yeah,
but no, I can understand his frustration though. Like he doesn't understand. He had to get the subway, and he doesn't understand the like.
another country subway. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go
Jordan,
back to the
what were you
beginning of
saying?
it. Let's go to the beginning of it and talk about what really happened and the
Yeah, what's really happening?
The Bucks did not want Punk in the company. Kenny was going to side with the Bucks. Tony wanted Punk in there because he knew he could move the needle. The minute he did.
For what it was, he did.
You already have a bad relationship with people that have been given power by management. Then Punk thinks Tony's going to give him whatever he wants. They even give him Saturday night. Instead of make Saturday night on ROH show, they give it to Punk and give him all this power. Then the first thing that really happened was Hangman Adam Page got into it with Punk, who is partners with the Bucks and Omega. Then Jungle Jim Jack fucking Dick swinging fucking Perry decided to say shit. It all goes. The whole reason Punk got no treatment when he went to London is because they said fuck him. and no one bothered to book anything for him, and he thought he was going to get the red carpet and brought straight to the venue. It all goes down to management. This is Tony Khan's fault, because none of this shit would have ever happened in a WWE, because you don't let your wrestlers run the place.
And I think that he has made changes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tony Khan, it's all his fault, because that shit was.
He's a mark running a wrestling company.
Okay, hold on.
That's exactly why it happened.
All right, Mike, go ahead, Mike.
Now listen to this, okay? Yes, all that happened, right? We get it. But Punk also, before day one stepped in that company, I have it on good authority that Punk actually asked for a dressing room away from the boys.
Of course he would. I'm better than you, and the real life, I'm better than you, and you know it.
Yeah, it didn't sit well with Omega. It didn't sit well with the Bucks. No. It didn't sit well with nobody. The only person that tried to get around to him and ask him questions was MJF. And when MJF talked to Punk, he was like, okay, he's a nice guy. He just wants to be away from everybody. I get it. And then it became that he would go to the other locker room, and no one would talk to him. Because you have your own locker room. Go to your locker room. You don't want to be with us. Go to your locker room. And he said whenever he walked into the other locker room where all the boys were, they would leave. Every wrestler would just get up and walk out.
So to bring some context to what was going on right now, right now with Kevin Owens, I call him Steen, you can call Owens, whatever. Listen to what he's saying, and listen to the words coming out of Punk, because like art represents life, right? Art just go back and forth. You never respected me because it was because of me that you have everything you have. It's because of me you did this. It's because of me you did this, and blah blah blah. Shove it up your fucking ass. And Kevin Owens is saying, "No, motherfucker, I had to work my way up to get here. And you don't like my friends, and my friends don't like you. But I have more than just those friends that don't like you. Why? Because, and it's our fault. Look. I'm going to throw one out of left field. It's our fault as fans, because for 7 years we chanted that man's name. And where did he go? He was on his couch doing his own thing, and good for him. But for 7 years, we inflated this man's ego to believe that he was more important than wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you here, I'm going to break it to you. I'm going to blow your fucking mind with this. Wrestling was here before CM Punk. Wrestling will be here after CM Punk. And he needs to get his head out of his ass and realize that you're a mediocre wrestler at best. You're a great promo, and you're for what it is, you're a mediocre wrestler at best. Kevin Steen on his worst night has a better match than CM Punk has had his entire career. Now, that being said, Tony Khan has made changes, and the changes I will say is this. He realized that it's his fucking company, and it's not the wrestler's company, and he may be an asshole, and Britt Baker may bitch and moan all she wants, but it's his fucking company, and if he decides he wants to put her on, cool. That's his money, his company. It wasn't Cody's company. It wasn't Punk's company. It ain't the Bucks' company. And when he took those positions away from him and said, yeah, look, motherfucker, I don't want to put the $1 billion up for this shit, not you. Sit your ass down. If my wrestling company goes down, it's going to be because of me, not because of some fucking shithead wrestlers.
Yeah, and I feel he learned that too late. I feel that he learned that way too late. Like, you should have done that from the beginning. Like,
yeah.
Like,
well, think about it like this.
The man did not know how to be a boss. That's exactly what happened.
I agree.
And when you give CM Punk $9 million, you just inflate his ego even more. Plus, you let him know, oh, we're the B team. You can come in here and do what you want. Rusev gave him the same attitude, and so did Aleister Black. Oh, we don't feel like losing tonight. Okay, well, you could just go in the back, and I'll still pay you.
But you guys also agree with me that
how'd that work out for Rusev, and how'd that work for Aleister? Just put it like that. What's Rusev doing right now?
Guys,
where's Aleister?
Question for you guys. Do you guys agree with me? It was unprofessional of the Bucks and Kenny to start a fight in Punk's locker. Like they went.
We don't know that's what happened though.
We don't have a clue.
We don't know. Look. I'll give Kenny this, because Kenny, say what you want, but his first concern was he got Punk's dog, picked him up, took his dog out of the room.
Yeah. Omega's not going to be the confrontational one in a physical thing in real life. It's going to be the Bucks. The Bucks were the main ones against Punk.
Well, I know that Steel bit his arm. I know that like Steel bit somebody.
Yeah. Now I would say this: go back and watch Being the Elite it was 1 or 2 episodes like the day that Punk made his debut. You could see it in Omega and Buck's faces. Day one. Day one. I mean, it's video evidence. You get like I said, you go on Being an Elite, and you can see when they CM Punk made his debut. You could see Kenny Omega and the Bucks just right there, like man, like doing
Gonna
stupid
do
faces.
that. They act like children. They're gonna
Yeah,
do. They're
I
gonna
mean,
whine and cry and all that. They're gonna
But-
do it.
I mean,
But
it was
now-
day one.
Okay, well that happened. All right, now we're talking about the brawl in situation or brawl out situation. Okay, I have heard numerous stories from Christopher Daniels being one, because Christopher Daniels was in the altercation. They suspended Christopher Daniels and then relieved him of all duties, but then they brought him back. Now, Christopher Daniels was a referee during all this. Like he was one of the ones soothing everything down.
Well, he was friends with all parties.
Yes. And what he has said, not out loud, but what he has said through like numerous different things, is it's not what you think happened. It's close, but not exactly.
Okay, so this is what I truly believe. I believe the loss of Cody, because Cody was friends with everybody. I think Cody, for a lot of all intents and purposes, was the peacekeeper there. I think that's what
He was the glue.
I think
Cody was
exactly. And
Cody
so,
was the glue. It was Cody's idea when Tony Khan launched the company.
and I
Cody
think that
was
the
glue.
Bucks kind of did him dirty because they kind of made it look like, well, Cody was the last one to sign. Well, Cody had every right to sign whenever he felt like, because he wanted to make sure his money was right too. Because if it wasn't for Cody's popularity on the Indies, combined with his friendship with the Bucks later on, that's what you sold. You go to a guy like Tony Khan and say, look, we know you're a wrestling fan. We want to make some money. We want to do this. But I think at the end of the day, I wasn't there. This is speculatory at best. I think Cody thought he was bigger than he was, and Tony had to put his ass in and say, look, say what you want. This is my company. And I think had that not happened, Cody would have stayed. But Cody went back. He got to live the dream, right? He got to get the title. He got to do all this stuff. Good for Cody. Cody left. That glue was gone. There was no one there to mediate. I mean, CD's great, but he wasn't as tight with them in the way that fucking.
How about Dustin? Can Dustin be the mediator?
No.
No, Dustin could be a great booker, but Dustin's no.
Yeah, Dustin had no business in that whole thing. The people that I'm talking about, I know personally. Christopher Daniels, I know personally. And when I talked to him about it, he told me he couldn't talk about it. That's all he could tell me. He couldn't talk about it. He just told me, like I just said, it ain't what you think. It's close, but it's not that.
And I'll say this: I don't want to push it any more than that because I don't want you getting in trouble with your friend.
Yeah.
And two, ultimately it's none of our business. It is where it is. I think that Tony Khan is a better owner because of what happened, because that's a hell of a way. That's trial by fire. He still has a company. They're still making money. They're still doing good. So for anybody to think that Tony Khan's doing a bad job, great, cool. You go make $1 billion. You go buy a wrestling company. And you do a better job.
Yeah, that's what and I'm gonna be honest. I know I couldn't. I'm gonna be real because I'm gonna be a mark. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm gonna hire my friends. I'm gonna put them on front and base coverage, and I'm gonna make sure they do everything right. But
We're
I'm gonna go hire beautiful Bobby.
Man. But what you guys are talking about, that's not like, as much as I don't of a douchebag that Vince was, he understood that you couldn't be friends with your talent.
But how many years?
So hold on. He may have understood he couldn't be friends with his talent, but he wanted to fuck his talent.
Yeah, but how many years did
Vince? No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is you can't treat like what? How am I gonna say this? Like I understand he fucked his talent, but what I'm saying is
I'm just talking shit, brother. I'm just talking shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, but how am I gonna?
I get where you're coming from, but we have to also, but he was always the boss, and I get that. But how long did it take Vince to get there? How many times did he get fucked over before he finally realized that? Because remember, Hogan left him, Macho left him, everybody left Vince, and he thought they were his boys. And they left him.
Luger was the biggest one.
I didn't know that he thought they were his boys.
Oh yeah, dude. He used to hang out with the crew. Why do you think he always flew in the same airplane as the boys? the ones he considered his friends.
Is that where
that's
that plane
legit.
ride from hell story came from?
He wasn't on that flight.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Vince,
Yeah, he was.
He tried to
Vince was on
wrestle
the front with
him.
her and Linda.
He tried to wrestle Chris Jericho. That's right.
No, he tried to wrestle
Vince,
Henning.
Vince,
Henning, Mr. Perfect.
No. Henning and Lesnar were wrestling on that fight,
was on that.
and then Ric Flair whipped his thing out to a flight attendant.
Yeah, which that whole
was
segment
me,
right there
though,
reminded
right?
me of that show Heels. Whenever the old dude jumped up with that shiny fucking LED belt and said, "Look here, woo!"
So about that, like, look, Tommy Dreamer got a lot of hell for that,
Yeah,
and I get it, but like, who? That's Rick, right? Like, how are you going to bring this shit up 20 years later?
and
I
fire
get it.
somebody.
And
And fire somebody.
and Ric Flair already apologized for it like a long time ago. I mean,
No, he didn't.
before
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
What? Ric
Yeah,
Flair
no,
never
he-
apologized for shit.
No, Ric Flair, he did apologize. He even said, "It's like I already apologized for it. I'm not going to do it again."
I think he apologized to the flight attendant. I don't think he apologized to nobody
Yeah.
fucking else.
No. He did. I was wondering about that because he did apologize to the flight attendant. He apologized to her on the fucking plane. He had been drinking, and it's Ric Flair. What was his favorite catchphrase? I have spent more money on spilt liquor from one side of this country to the other. I get it, and it is Ric Flair. Ric Flair's not doing himself any favors.
None.
But fucking leave it alone, man. Like this is it goes back to the Me Too movement, right? Look, Velveteen Dream, Marty Skull.
To be
Davies
fair,
Farr.
though, we have to look at the source yet again in this. We got to realize that Kurt Hennig spiked everybody's drinks, and that's why everything went crazy.
He was damn fool.
Now, I'm not saying Brock was drinking, but Hennig spiked everybody's shit. This is kind of why he got let go. But that's why Scott Hall was so drunk he never woke up for the whole thing. That's why X-Pac cut Michael Hayes' hair. That's why Michael Hayes almost pissed on Linda. That's why Goldust grabbed the thing on the plane and started singing to Terry Runnels. That's why Rick was doing the helicopter. This is why Hennig started fighting Brock and the emergency door almost opened. I mean, this all came because Hennig decided to rib everybody and spike everybody.
That was the wrong rib on the wrong plane. That's all.
Hey, you know what, though? Mr. Perfect. Hey, you know what? That's a perfect ending for Mr. Perfect. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
I just, and it's it's sad the way it went down, but that was really the point in time where you can say the era of all the hazing and shit was over. It's done.
Yeah.
We have now. Do I like the current era? No, because like what's his name? The Australian cat that's on NXT. I can't believe his name just slipped me.
Grayson Waller.
Right, thank you. Grayson Waller said it best. All these fucking assholes are more worried about TikTok and Instagram views and playing video games in the back. And Taker said it as best. These motherfuckers now, they are basically soft. Now, you got a hell of a great female roster on NXT, but I couldn't tell you the name of one motherfucker on the roster. And you got this, I can tell you one because he's built like a bowl of jello, and that's Mason Rook. You can be touted as hell as you want in the ring, brother, but you look like I can't take him seriously. I'm sorry.
If they do that kid right, if they do it right,
yeah, get him on the Weight Watchers.
If you get him right with that plus the character, he could be your successor to Kevin Owens.
Absolutely could, but even Kevin Owens, I love Kevin Owens. Please, I think I've established that. But when Kevin Owens has a $1 million physique compared to you, that's a problem.
It's the problem, bro.
His belly jiggles in his singlet. It's horrible. You ever seen that episode?
I have a question. Is that kid? I'm not sure if that's just fat or if he's. There's people that are big boned and they look overweight.
There ain't no bones in there, man. It looks like a bowl of jelly.
Okay.
You ever seen that episode of The Simpsons? You ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where they put Homer on a treadmill and they slap his belly and that thing goes jiggling for about 5 minutes? That's what his belly looks like.
Woo, look at it.
Again, he's talented. That's the thing. You know who else was talented and also European and is now running the game with about an 80% win-loss record?
Gunther.
There you go. And what did he do? He got in shape.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, Gunther looks weird now because all that weight he lost, now he has a lot of excess fat. Like,
yeah, he looked like he took the Ozempic diet. That's what he did.
He can still kick my ass, probably.
I don't think Gunther needed to drop the weight because I think it takes away from his character the way he was built. I find he's
Walter,
less.
I like him better as Walter. I like him better.
I like
as
the name Walter better.
I agree with Mike. When he was built and he was Walter, that was believable. Now he just looks like a skinny, tall guy that has some power, but not what he once was. But he's not the guy that needed to lose weight. Who we talking about? And these people need to lose weight and hit the gym and go on a diet.
Oh, guys, in the chat, as fans, with Javon Evans specifically, there's a fun. Like, are you guys shocked that he was trained by New Jack, or the way he wrestles doesn't shock you? Because
man, I bet New Jack took his money, sat in the chair, and said, "Yeah, just keep doing that flipping shit. You just keep doing that."
Yeah.
New Jack don't train people, bro. It's
New
like
Jack
saying,
takes your money.
It's sort of like saying, what is his name?
Take your money, Bico King.
Yeah, that's sort of like saying Hardcore Holly trains people.
Bob Holly, really?
My point taken.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to Crash? That's the guy I liked a lot.
He died, man. Mikey passed away, dude. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Broke my heart. Why are you bringing that up?
No, because I actually liked Crash better than Bob.
Hold on.
A lot of people like Crash better than Bob Holly. Anybody in the ring wrestle?
Squirrel. We had a squirrel moment.
I will say this, man. I will say this in all honesty. Javon Evans is the worst thing.
Hold on, don't say it too loud. My wife likes him.
I'm sorry. I really do. I apologize, but I really can't stand that kid.
I can't either. See, he's I'm right there on the cut. I'm a millennial, but in the same breath, I wish I was a Gen X. That boy right there is a perfect example of these kids nowadays. I feel like my father because all I can hear in my head is turn off your damn rap music. You sound stupid. I can't. Everything about him, that damn kid. I don't like him.
Dude, you know what he reminds me of? You ever heard like nails scrape a chalkboard? That's his wrestling. That's his wrestling. It's nails on a chalkboard.
But he's bouncy.
I can get two shits.
And you know, I'm going to say this.
I can get more bounce out of my clothes with dryer sheets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. And for me, with Javon, I think he's going to become what Kofi became later on in his career, where he was always no. In terms of the spots he did in the Royal Rumble to prevent himself from getting eliminated.
You know what my favorite part of Javon Evans' career is? I can tell you right now because it's been happening recently. Every time he gets a Timberland in the side of his head, those are my favorite spots in Javon Evans' career.
Yes.
Every time he gets kicked in the face with a Timberland.
That guy right there has about zero charisma as well. I have no faith in
and you can't teach that.
Zero charisma. You can't teach that shit. You can't teach it.
Let me hit y'all before y'all keep going. We're 2 hours, 17 minutes in. Where we want to go with this?
Man, I know I need to go to get some sleep. I gotta get my beauty sleep. I gotta go work at 4:00 in the morning. We usually do something here on our channel. I don't know if you watch Rebel, but at the end, if we go to a place called Collectco on YouTube, and we buy shit sometimes.
More like all the time.
How do you guys still have money? Is my question.
I make good money where I'm at right now, really good money, and I'm very blessed.
It's called ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles. It's called ramen noodles.
Well, my wife made some fine taco meat tonight and some Mexican food. It was delicious.
I had cabbage.
She's the most Hispanic Italian you'll ever meet.
I make homemade shit. What is it? Manicotti, the crepes and all.
We had beef and potatoes.
What do you eat, Jordan? The blood of the enemies.
Yet after we get off this show, I'm gonna make something.
What are you making? Jordan?
The blood of his enemies.
My mom's in town now, so she's been cooking for me. So I had some meatloaf today.
Oh, listen out here. You like your meatloaf, huh? You like your meatloaf.
You got some meatloaf, some potatoes and carrots. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Mother effer, you're Mexican. How are you eating meatloaf?
He's only a half.
He's a halfer.
And guess which half that is that cooked for me.
That meatloaf is made with cumin
Yep. I bet you it is.
and cilantro.
Cilantro and paprika.
Hey, it was good. It was still good.
No, he's gonna eat the meatloaf and drink a Corona. There you go, right there.
That's right.
Mom cooking
No,
is the best.
Jordan, are you a
I
comic
dip a
book
little
fan?
crown in.
Jordan, are you a comic book guy?
We all are.
Me?
Nah.
I don't own a bunch of comics.
I have a question about Rogue. Does she do in the comics? Do they actually describe her as being from Louisiana? Is she
Rogue never
actual,
was. Rogue is not from Louisiana, dude.
Is that
Yeah,
Gambit?
you got it wrong.
Gambit.
He's Remy LeBeau.
Rogue
Yeah,
is from
yeah.
Rogue is from what? Kentucky, Tennessee. She's from up Arkansas. She's from up.
She's country as hell, but no, she wasn't
Yeah,
from
she's
Louisiana.
No, because she always said sugar. Unless that was more like the animated series that made her sound like she was Cajun, saying sugar all the time.
She's not Cajun.
Well, she has some Cajun.
Southern, but she's not Cajun, bro.
Mississippi.
Well, I mean, she had a little Cajun in her.
No, she don't.
Oh yeah, yes, she did. She has some gambit in her.
She got some gambit in her.
Yeah, she has some gambit in her.
No, she's
Rogue. You're talking about the hugest X-Men collector, and Rogue is from Mississippi.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Crooked
there
letter
a
I,
lot of
humpback,
Cajun
humpback
people in
I.
Mississippi?
No.
She's just Southern, bro. We all have a little twang
Yeah,
to
we
us.
all down here in a suit. In a suit.
I grew up
We all like
in
sugar.
Miami.
We like
don't
sugar
have
on our
the twang,
teeth.
Rogue is redneck, dude.
Yeah. All right.
She's not Creole. She's redneck.
Like I was saying earlier,
You gotta
we
get
always
Creole. If you Creole, you got to be mixed.
we buy shit from Coletco. And who wants to go first?
Who's going first?
All right. Well, Mike, you got anything to show off?
Hell yeah. Y'all want me to go?
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
You go first.
All right. So,
You go first, Michael.
hell yeah.
You
Look
first.
this up,
I gather
Coletco.
myself.
All right, so I am a huge fan of the weird shit. Like, I love weird music. I'm first to admit it. I am an acid head without doing the acid, if that makes any sense. And this guy is one of the leaders of that.
Frank Zappa.
I love me some Zappa. And the very first song on side one is "Don't Eat the Yellow Snow."
Don't eat. She's over here nodding her head like, "Yep."
Do you have any Weird Al stuff, Mike?
I do,
Left
but
field.
not,
Left field.
but not in this stuff. Now, I bought this album because of wrestling, and I know that sounds crazy, but Wrestling Worms. Anybody wrestling worms?
What the hell?
I have no idea what that must be. Toilet Brush's cousin.
Well, I looked at it. They got saxophones and trumpets. It's more like ska music from the '80s. That I'm gonna be honest. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. Why not? And then this one is, Falsey, the guy that's in that played the fifth or whatever. Well, this is Falsey, and the name of the album is Duck Face Killings.
Well, Mike, you need to go full screen because I can't see anything that you're putting
He
up.
is full. Oh, he is full screen.
There, that better?
Is this a rock album, Mike?
It's a heavy metal album.
Oh.
Yeah, it's heavy metal. It's death metal, if I would call it anything. And these other three albums are from my favorite comedian of all time.
Andrew Dice Clay.
I like ADC. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Mother Nursery Rhymes.
George Carlin.
I like me some Carlin. I ain't gonna admit I love me some Carlin.
Jim Jefferson.
But no. This man passed away, and he was probably the funniest man that could tell a story, in my honest opinion. And I could listen to everything he's ever put out, and I'll never get tired of it. And that is Richard Pryor.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were gonna say before you said Richard. I thought you were gonna say Robin Williams.
Sorry. Look at the name
I'll
of
be
this
honest.
album.
You bought that album because it's got that word on there.
No.
I don't got anything from Coletco, but I will show my face here and now.
Hold on. We can't see your face yet. We can't see your face because I'm full screen. And this right here is live on Sunset Strip, Richard Pryor. Love me some Richard Pryor. And my other favorite, I love this one because of one specific skit. It's called Deer Hunting, and it was Wanted by Richard Pryor.
Is Wanted the one where he does the one about like where he makes fun of like he does like impressions of white people? Was
Yes.
that Wanted or
That was every special with Richard Pryor.
That's very. I'm about to say that's everything Richard Pryor. Now you can show your face there, Dan.
So this is my. But hold on, how to change this thing up?
There you go.
So I know I'm pretty right. So I don't have anything that fancy, but I do have this.
The hat.
No. Facing back.
Okay.
This is an autographed poster by the Bull.
Okay.
You gotta put it full screen, Mike, so we can see.
All right. I got him.
All right, back it up now. There you go. Now you can show it off.
That's beautiful.
Is that from an album? Like an album cover poster?
No, we went to see them in Dallas. And yeah, it's autographed poster by Tool. Maynard, Danny Carey. Right there.
Is Maynard like people say he's a nice guy, Rebel? Like
I mean, I'm not washing his laundry and we ain't hanging out on Sunday, but he seemed nice enough.
Yeah. I met Vanilla Ice and I hung out with him, and I'm not doing
Now,
his laundry.
I will say this: my cousin, every little gangbanger down here is a rapper, and we got Busy Bone. He got Busy Bone to do a track with him. I got to meet Busy Bone. I remember getting in the back of the truck with him. He gave me a blunt. I smoked it. I don't remember anything that happened after that. I remember waking up at the house the next day and going to work. But like everybody asked me,
so like everybody with Willie Nelson.
I don't. Yeah, I would say that. But I will say this: that man, Busy Bone. If you know Bone Thugs and Harmony, he sounds like he raps. So when I was leaving, I was working security, and I was leaving the stage. And he looked over and goes, "Big man, you ain't gonna guard my body?" And I got my big ass up there, and I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I got to meet him, and I met Matthew Illard. And those two, as far as I know, have the greatest weed I've ever seen in my life. I don't smoke and indulge anymore, but I don't remember much after those days. I just remember waking up safely in my bed.
Matthew Lillard is a great guy. I love me some Matthew Lillard.
He was all right.
He's a great guy. That's all I'm going to say. And yes, he does indulge in the
in the herbage.
Yeah, yes, he does. And
so I'm guessing you smoked with him before.
Huh?
So I'm guessing you smoked with him before, Mike?
He's pleading the fifth. This is America.
Well, pleading the fifth, brother. Pleading the fifth, man. I don't know nothing about anything, brother. It's pleading the fifth time. Yeah.
Man, I was somewhere between 20 and 30. I lost some years. So
Lost some years, huh?
Oh, some good times.
Yeah, I will say this about Matthew Lillard: one of the most humblest guys who doesn't believe his
own hype.
He don't, man. He's a normal dude. He loves gaming. He loves board games, dude. That dude's a D&D freak.
And this is what I don't understand. I think it was I can't remember which director attacked him, saying he's the worst actor. Like I think it was Zack Snyder or something like that. Attacked him, saying, like he's the nicest guy ever. Like you guys are saying. Yet people attack him for no reason. Like, I don't understand that.
Well, people attack Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. I mean, I got to say, I got to play paintball with Cypher's Hill.
Oh, okay. So the same night that I met Busy Bone, I almost got in a fight with Be Real.
How did that happen?
Nice.
I think Sindar was a really nice guy, but I'm 6'5". Be Real is about 6'5", and something about two big guys staring at each other and go, "What are you looking at? What are you looking at?" But to be fair, I used to work at the clubhouse in Dallas. You were talking about Dimebag Darrell earlier. Well, I almost got in a fight with Vinnie Paul at the clubhouse because I said I liked his brother. I didn't like him.
Why you didn't like Vinnie Paul?
Because he was like, I saw the way he treated people, and I'm a very like, you get you get back what you put out, and he treated a lot of the girls wrong. He stiffed me on my pay a couple nights. He thought just because he was Pantera, I was like, I'm sorry, I liked your brother, I didn't like you, and he said, well, you ain't paying me, and the lead singer of the Texas Hippie Coalition got between us, and he said, brother, it ain't worth it. You know, it ain't. I just want my paycheck. That's all I want, and I'm out. And I've got nothing but respect for the music they made. Pantera was part of my childhood. That's great. You know, Joe's Garage was a big deal for us. But Vinny was an asshole when he was alive. I hope he found peace in death. But Dimebag was such a nice guy, and I wasn't gonna say. Look, when you're going, I think y'all can see from me talking to y'all here, I will always be direct with you. I'm never going to BS you. I'm not going to fluff your smoke. You blow smoke up your ass, and that's why I like you, Jordan, because you the same way. I feel like you the guy's like, man, I'm gonna tell you like it is. You may not like it, brother, but you're gonna get it. And again, that's why
I actually met Vinny Paul, and he was nothing but a nice guy. I actually met him at a football game.
I'm sure he was lovely to you, but I made one comment too many, and I know I've learned in my youth that maybe I should keep some of my opinions to myself.
It's probably because by that point, Vinny owned like 9 to 11 strip joints in Texas, and all the girls and all of that. So he probably figured he could say whatever the hell he wanted.
And Vinny's he wasn't a big guy. That's the thing. He was tiny.
In Dallas? Wait, you
said I live in the DFW area. I did stuff in Dallas in my youth.
Did you ever go to any events in the Sportatorium?
Yeah, when I was 4 years old, we would talk about that. There's pictures of me on top of the shoulder of Kevin Von Erich and with Chris Adams.
Nice. All right.
All right. Who else is going next? Your turn. All right, back arm. All right, back arm. Let's get it.
All right. So I got like a number of albums to show off.
Okay, get a record player.
I
got the best of Riot Heap. That's good psychedelic rock right there. Got a couple songs I like on it.
Mm-hmm.
So pick that up for like $10. Then gotta get the Nuge.
He's got 10 minutes.
Gotta get the Nuge, Cat Scratch Fever. The cat right back behind me.
He looks like he's on drugs in that picture.
It probably was.
I picked this up. It's Gary Clark Jr. doing a cover of "Come Together" for the Justice League soundtrack. So it's a 2-song single. So then Jordan, I finally got it.
Let's see it. Oh, you asshole! I'm missing that one.
God hates us all.
Slayer, God hates us all.
I could get him to order it for me, but I really need it. I'll really try.
Is that Slayer's first album or the second album?
Not even close.
That is their. That's their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th?
9.
Yeah.
It's 2001. The Twin Towers fell, and that came out. That released that day.
Yeah, it released on 9/11.
Yep.
So,
man,
all right,
I feel fucking old.
I picked this up for. What did I pick this? I picked this off. It was going for 80. I picked it up for 50. The band is called Angelus Apartheid. It's a thrash metal band from Spain.
Wait a minute, anal asshole who?
Yeah, that's toilet brush there, brother. You got some toilet brush there.
Angelus Apartheid.
Angela White.
Somebody farted.
Angelus Apartheid.
All I know is I listen to them. They're badass. All right.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Then everybody go check out Angina Alas.
Now piss off. All right. Now this I got straight up for I bought this just for the straight up nostalgia value right here. Cold Slither.
The Cobra
now,
band.
Now if you're not a G.I. Joe fan and don't know what this band is,
Yeah, cold.
So basically, in the cartoon, that Cobra Commander made the Dreadnoughts become a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
Years later, a group of guys came together and they made a full album out of this.
Yep.
So
They only made one album. No, they made two, didn't they? They made two albums.
no, just one.
Just one.
Just one. And let me see what else. I picked this up.
Aha.
Nuclear Assault live at the Hammerstein.
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith.
Yes, Hammersmith.
Yeah, the Hammersmith in London at the Odeon.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Is that it?
Nope. Now this is all local stuff that I picked up. Got the Blues Brothers soundtrack.
Can't go wrong with the Blues Brothers.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun.
Which that's not even
And,
Blues Brothers. That's the Peter Gunn theme from back in Black and White days, which was on. I didn't know you didn't have that one.
Judas Priest.
Yep, Judas Priest. This is Point of Entry.
Which, if you still need a British Steel, I have one.
I got British Steel.
Okay.
This is the one I needed. I couldn't pass it up. I had to pick it up.
Oh, stained glass. Okay, you told me British Steel last time. I thought that's the one you needed.
Yeah. Stained glass is the one I needed.
Yeah, stained glass.
Then the highest scream I have ever heard from a man. Striper, to hell with the devil. I used to have the song "To Hell with the Devil" as my ringtone. They're like,
Do any of you guys have Queen of the Reich?
Yes, I do.
Jordan might. I picked up KK Priest.
Yeah, I still haven't heard mine yet, but I know it's good.
So I got that. Then finally, I got my own copy.
You got one. I still haven't played mine yet either.
Yeah, so I finally got my own copy of Fight.
That's not the white one, huh?
The White Album? Actually, yes, it is.
Okay, well then we probably got the same one. It's some kind of special reissue or something.
No, and that's it. And also this, there's a song on here that's went with a wrestler in it. Didn't a wrestler use a song out here off of this?
Not that I know of.
Why is it that he said that? The first thing I thought about was Swerve Strickland using Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
No. This is an old ECW wrestler. I know. So somebody from here used a song off this
That could
album.
be possible. It may be ECW. I love how we got him hooked on the. Hey, y'all, look in the background. We got him hooked on the Zaps. You got to show off the Zaps, bro.
Oh yeah.
Our Louisiana chips.
I went to my local.
Was it just
I
incredible?
went to my local Myers and I actually grabbed the last bag that they had in stock. So
Nice.
Are those called voodoo?
So
Yeah, that's the
voodoo
voodoo chips. That.
yeah.
If you've never had Zaps are good chips, man.
Wife.
Jalapeno.
Gotta look into some Zaps.
They're kettle cooked. They got all kind. The crawfish flavor is pretty good.
Yeah. My favorite is the jalapeno. The second is the vinegar and salt.
The jalapeno is good too, but I actually have a
I like the vinegar and salt and
those I
jalapeno.
could have been chewing on. The
Those are my
voodoo
favorite.
happened because they
Mixed
someone they
everything
were
together.
making the chips and they dropped every spice and seasoning and every flavor fell in the vat, and they went, well, fuck it, we'll just call it this and release it so we don't lose money. And people liked it, so now they do it.
All right, you take me off screen now.
All right, good. Jordan, go.
You could have put him last. I didn't know he had that much shit to show him, but
I didn't either.
yeah, I'm just showing my
Well,
normal 3
2
albums
weeks.
like that.
I still got 6 albums to show.
This I got special ordered from Chad. He said he found one company that had one, and it was iffy that it would come in. It came in. So this is
What we
their
got?
last
What we got?
album. The band said that they quit. They're done. They're hanging it up. This is their last album they released. Almost done with the collection. Oh, I'm reversed. How do I unreverse this? I don't know on this device.
No, the last time you did that, you
You-
screwed up your phone.
Yeah, but I'm not on the phone.
It's just going to be on the PC settings. Or no, if it's on, it could be on the actual restream.
Yeah, you got to go to
the image. The image is mirrored.
Trying to.
Yeah,
It won't
you go
let
to.
me press. It won't let me press the damn. There we go. All right, mirror camera. No. All right.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
There you go.
All right, here we are. Yeah, it's the last and final Orange Goblin album. Love these guys. Got to see them from the UK in like 2013. Last pit I was ever in. I retired from the pit after this, but it's their final album. Great band, great band.
You never retire from the pit. You
Yes,
die
you
in the
do.
pit.
That's people
Oh.
dying that night. I'll tell you about this one's sealed. This is a reissue, but I didn't have it. And I was like, it says limited edition crystal clear vinyl. So that means it's like fucking see-through. It's the original first candle mass, Epicus Dumicus Metallicus. This is the birth of Epic Doom. The birth of Epic Doom. The first album. An entire genre. One of Sweden and Denmark up there, one of their highest selling band of all time. This is a 24 European reissue, clear with green, white and black splatter. I saw it, looks good. See, this was a $35 start. It says I don't know what I paid for it or where the sticker went, but yeah, this one goes for a lot. I don't forget what we ended up at, but probably around 50. But Typo Negative's final album, which is an awesome one, Dead Again. Ooh.
Nice.
Great album. Great album. Their best album as a whole. Like just music wise. It's just might not be the hits. It's the best album they ever made. What a way to go out. And
Show the book.
I'm showing the book. Mike told me I didn't show the book, so I must be losing my mind. But I got this brand new rack for like $20. I did not buy this from CollectCo. I've been wanting this for years, and it's not just the small paperback version. Yeah. I've got Tony Iommi's autobiography.
Nice.
The Iron
You
Man.
didn't share that. So you didn't show that off last time.
And it's in mint. I did?
You didn't.
I didn't? Okay, well, now you see it. But yeah, I've got Tony Iommi's autobiography. I'm going to enjoy that. And that's what I got. Yes, it is awesome.
I think we lost Anthony. Holy shit.
Probably his bedtime. Okay, let's roll.
Yeah.
Jordan, you have been as advertised, Jordan. You have been everything I thought you would be.
Well, here's the funny part. I'm not lying to you. I really think it was his bedtime.
Probably right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching Ringside Rants, you're doing life wrong. Brother, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, we know we are not food to eat, but we are
food for the ears, baby.
That's right.
Work.
And just like he is the last Don, the Godfather, the father of metal, Tony Iommi himself. Always remember, what's mine's mine, yours is mine too.
Yes.
I got one this week. I actually got one. You ain't watching Wrestling Rants, Ringside Rants. We're here for you. Jump on it and see how tough you really is.
Yeah, and if you're a lady, you can jump on this right here.
Wowie. Wowie.
All right. It was nice having the show, everybody. Good night, everybody.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.
See everybody Friday. Remember, no more Wednesdays. Friday, we will cover AEW, NXT, SmackDown, all the good shit. See y'all Friday. And thanks for being here to us.